I believe we are live. Everything's up and running on the YouTube side. Let me just make sure we're all set up to switch over to the TikTok side. Let's do that. And, okay. Let's hold on one second. What is up, everyone? Okay, I think everything's up and running. We're live on YouTube. The TikTok, I think, is up as well. Okay. Let me just move that. The debate isn't canceled. The moderator is feeling really sick. Couldn't find a backup moderator. So we are doing it same time a week from now. 9 p.m. next Tuesday. The 23rd. So I'm just on here because I was in debate mode. I need to get some debates. If I don't get any here, I might just switch over and hop on Parker's or something because I'm fiending for debates now after prepping so long for this. Always a pleasure seeing your face on my screen. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Always a pleasure seeing people in the chat. Hold on. I want to... Dude, I'm so fired up and ready to go for the debate, and now it's happening a week from now. So anticlimactic. Hold on. Make sure y'all are double tapping the screen, by the way. We'll see how long this live is. I'm not even here to do CNN reactions. I really want to get some debates. So if we don't get any, then I might switch over to something else. Hold on. Oh yeah, I know what I was missing. I need to announce on Discord. Joseph says cry more liberals, but he's not in the guest box, so it's probably someone from a Russian or Chinese bot farm. Okay. Announced it on Discord. That's there. Okay, make sure y'all keep double tapping the screen. Let's see if we can get some debates going. I see Emperor Rohito in the guest requests. What did you want to debate? I'm assuming you want to debate. Okay. Hey, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 20.
And which of the prompts above me did you want to chat about today?
I guess we could do two, but I would primarily target the immigration portion of it.
Wait, 2 or 3?
Yeah, I mean, no, two. The mass deportation and Trump is an authoritarian, but we could target mass deportation first.
Sure. What do you like about mass deportations?
Getting rid of illegal aliens or illegal immigrants within the nation. I'm completely okay with that.
Just like blindly, does it not matter if this is like an asylum seeker or someone who was a gotaway versus someone who overstayed a visa? Like, shouldn't we have a more intelligent immigration system than just this black and white, we kick out the illegals mentality?
Well, by the way, asylum seeking is a legal process, so you're legal
I
when you're
agree.
asylum seeking. Okay, so we're not getting rid of them.
No, but
I
ICE
don't,
is
I don't,
calling
I don't,
asylum seekers illegals and deporting them. They're literally doing
yeah,
ambushes at immigration
well,
courts.
well, wait, by the way, those cases are when their cases are thrown out the window. When the
Right.
cases get rejected, that's
No,
when
no,
they
no.
get
Why are
deported.
the cases being thrown out the window, though?
Are you a judge? Am I a judge? We don't know.
No, there's reporting on this, extensive reporting, that there's pressure
From
being
who?
put by the executive branch and by DHS attorneys on these immigration judges to just drop the
Reporting from
cases and
who?
ignore the appeals.
Reporting from who?
I'm pretty sure ProPublica has reported on this. I mean, I can find you a whole list of articles if you'd like.
Okay,
But
go
hold
for it.
on. Are you just disputing the factual validity of what I'm saying? But if what I'm saying is true, you'd admit it's really bad?
I mean, I'm not in favor of getting rid of us. Well, generally I'm not in favor of getting rid of asylum seekers.
Sure. So do you think if someone has a court date at an immigration court, they should have the right to go there and see a judge, and the judge should decide whether or not they get to stay?
Yeah, and if their case gets thrown out the window, then sorry, you're gonna get deported.
But it matters why the case is thrown out the window, right?
Well, yeah, well, exactly.
And
Now I'm asking.
and what's
for
unique
everything
about
you brought up.
immigration judges compared to other judges? Do you know?
Explain it to me.
Immigration judges are part of the executive branch. They're not part of the judicial branch.
Okay.
So would you agree that makes them subject to pressure from the executive branch that wouldn't be the case with normal courts?
Sure, but then you're gonna have to prove the pressure.
Yeah, you've seen mass firings. You've seen people that were fired as immigration judges saying, I literally did nothing wrong. The only thing I did is grant some people asylum. But the administration is putting a lot of pressure on people right now to just blanket reject asylum cases, Convention Against Torture.
I need the
requests.
source that proves that, Adam. Adam, I need the source that proves that.
Sure. So that's why I asked you earlier. Are you just disagreeing with me factually? And if I find you actual, factual backing for this, you'll agree with me?
Sure. Generally, I could agree with you. That's wrong.
Cool.
Depending on scenario, but generally, I could say, yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, we have this from the American Immigration Council. I can also find you the mass
Can I have the
firings.
title of the article?
Yeah.
From the
Trump
American Immigration
administration appoints hundreds of unqualified military lawyers to serve as immigration judges. These are people that are being put in there specifically to expedite the process who are not qualified to do so. I can also find you the mass firings and pressure campaigns. Hold on.
Well, that's what I'm asking specifically. I'm not asking who he puts in place. I'm asking
Well,
specifically
no,
for
these
the
people are now immigration judges, right? And would you not agree that they're subject to more pressure if they were handed this job by Trump despite not being qualified for the job? I can find you the other thing as well, but this is entirely relevant to what we're talking about as well.
Adam. The initial claim was he's pressuring the current immigration justice we have in play, and then pressuring
And those
them to
people
make
are
sure
now
that
current
they
immigration
get
judges who are not qualified to be so.
Wait, no, that wasn't the initial claim, Adam.
It's part of the initial claim. It substantiates my
That
argument in
wasn't
the initial claim.
claim that we made.
What is my initial
Now
claim?
we're adding on to it. That
Repeat-
wasn't the initial claim that we made, Adam.
Can you repeat? I'm elaborating on it, not adding on. What is your understanding of my initial claim?
Yeah, the initial claim in which we just referenced was he's pressuring the current judges that we have in play, not the ones that he instituted. That was the original claim, was he's pressuring the current judges that we had in play already to
Did
make
I say
them
he's
throw the case
pressuring
out the window.
when you're adding that on to my statement? I never said that.
That's
You're
what
saying
went down
that
this
I
route. That's why I
qualified
asked
that
you.
he's only pressuring judges that were there before he came into his second term?
That was the initial claim, wasn't it?
He's applying pressure on people who are currently immigration judges.
Uh-huh.
Is
Yeah.
that not
and
what
by
I
the way,
said like 5 minutes ago?
no, that wasn't what. No, that's not what you just said.
I didn't say he's applying pressure on immigration judges.
Yeah, and
It seems like you're now specifying
Adam,
my
the
initial
claim that
claim
we-
in a way that makes no even intuitive sense as to
Wait,
why you would change
Wait,
my
no,
claim
Adam,
like
the
that.
initial claim that we were talking about was immigration judges that we already have in play. That's where we went down this whole route.
These people are now immigration judges in play. Yeah, like I don't know why you're drawing this weird distinction.
Wait, Jesus Christ. I'm not talking about the ones that he put in place. I'm talking the
Hold
ones that
on.
preceded.
Why? You know why he's putting them
That's
in
why
place,
we went down
right?
this whole route. And now
know-
you're wait, Adam, you just admitted like not even a minute ago that we weren't talking about the ones that he put in place.
I'm talking about all immigration judges. I don't know why you're
That
trying to
wasn't
draw
the initial
arbitrary
claim. You just admitted
distinctions.
to that a minute ago, Adam.
Say it again.
Adam, you admitted to that a minute ago. That wasn't
Admitted
that
to
was
what?
not your initial claim.
What is your understanding of my initial claim?
Jesus fucking Adam, you
I feel like you're being
not even a
extremely
minute ago.
bad faith right now.
How? When you just
I'm
admitted-
talking
not even a
about the
minute ago.
undue pressure of the executive branch on current immigration judges such that are dropping asylum cases improperly. Yes or no? Does that sound my claim?
Uh-huh. And what was the original backing behind it? Why did we go down this whole route?
They're
with, like,
applying
sources
pressure
and all?
on immigration judges to drop these cases. They're not being dropped on
Uh-huh.
substantive procedural grounds.
And again, which judges were we talking about?
Immigration judges.
Not. And by the way, not the judges that.
Why are
he
you now
put in
trying to
place.
hyper-specify a specific type of immigration judge?
Wait, you just admitted to that not even a minute ago. Oh, fine, a minute and a half ago. You admitted to that, Adam.
Admitted to what, dude?
You admitted not even a minute and a half ago that we weren't necessarily talking about the whole thing with judges that he put in place. You just expanded upon it. That wasn't the original thing that you
Claim
made.
has always been immigration judges. I don't know why you're drawing arbitrary lines now to be pedantic about a claim that wouldn't substantively
Wait, how
change
am I
either
being
way.
pedantic? How am I being pedantic?
You're
I'm
saying,
just
oh,
going
we
based on
only
what
can
you
talk
said.
about judges that were there before Trump came in. I don't know why they're all serving now in the same
I'm going
capacity.
based on what you
And
said, Adam.
yes, and this entire conversation started with me saying that immigration judges are facing pressure from the executive branch to drop these cases. And you said I would like
Yes,
evidence.
and I'm
You
asking
said
for
I'd
the
like
source of
evidence
the
of
initial
that.
claim.
And you
Fuck
said
no.
I'd like evidence of that. And I'm providing you evidence of loyalists being planted in there, immigration judges who were there before being fired en masse. We have an article here from Politico. And I can also find you, these people are interviewed oftentimes, and they say the reason we are fired is because we're seen as being too lenient. There's no actual firing for cause happening here. There's no actual, like, oh, this is what you did wrong. People are being fired en masse without cause and being replaced by JAG officers who have no idea what they're doing. And then DHS lawyers are calling them up and saying, hey, this person that you have a scheduled court hearing for, drop the case, and we're going to put them in for expedited removal.
Okay, so couple things.
Yeah.
One, yeah, the initial
Oh my
the initial article that you gave me, one, had nothing to do with the initial claim. That's why we went down this whole route. That's one.
I said it's
Second
one
of
part of
all-
my claim, and I had other sources I was bringing up in the meantime, but you can hyper-focus on that if you'd like.
Okay, wait, holy shit! You didn't bring up the other sources too. You decided to expand on the original claim.
I said
but
I
either
was
way.
going to pull up the other sources while I listed that first one to you because there are multiple sources that substantiate my
Yeah.
claim and different aspects of my claim. So if you want to
The-
be
wait,
bad
no, the
faith
first
and
one didn't-
hyper-focus on like
The first one didn't substantiate anything, but this.
It was-
Let's
hold
go.
on,
with
do you
second
know what
source
it
we brought
means?
up.
hold on, you know what it means to be like necessary but not sufficient?
Necessary, not sufficient. Explain to me.
I'm asking, do you know what that is or no?
Generally, yeah.
Okay, what is that?
I mean, if we talk about
Like the article
you
I just
said that-
gave you is necessary to make my point, but it's not sufficient, which is why I was pulling up other articles. You're claiming that this is like somehow not related at all. So
Yeah,
explain, what does
wasn't
it mean for
related
something
to
to be
your initial
necessary
claim.
but not
It
sufficient?
wasn't related to your initial claim till you decide to expand upon it.
How is it
Mid-
not related to my
mid-fucking
initial
sentence.
claim?
Yeah, wait, what was your initial claim, Adam?
Immigration
The-
judges
what-
are improperly dropping asylum cases because of
Uh-huh,
pressure from
and
the Trump
which
administration.
which immigration judges were
Hold
there?
on. You asked me what my initial claim is, and then halfway through you go,
Yeah,
like,
wait,
can I
which
finish?
immigration judges
Hold
were
on.
there?
Can I finish my actual claim? Because you cut off my initial claim halfway through and then say, oh, the first half of your initial claim is your initial claim. I'm fleshing out my argument to you, and you're being bad faith.
Go for it.
My initial argument was these mass deportations. You said, oh, they don't count on asylum seekers. I'm saying, no, they do count on asylum seekers because one of ICE's new strategies is ambushing people at these immigration courts. And they're dropping these cases so ICE can scoop these people up. You're saying, well, why are they dropping these cases? Judges drop cases for a reason. I'm saying, well, do you know what's different about immigration judges versus other judges? You didn't know. That's fair enough. They're part of the executive branch. And then I said, well, is it possible that if these judges are part of the executive branch, they are subject to certain pressures that the average judge isn't subject to? You said, sure, but I'd need to see evidence of that. That's
Yeah,
just catching
and-
us up on my initial point,
Yes,
and then I
and now we're
started
going
bringing
on
up
back to the
examples
initial
that
claim.
substantiate that
Fucking
claim.
hell. This is what we're going down, the initial claim. Unless you want to
Yes.
expand upon it and go completely
I
away
just
from the initial claim.
explained to you my initial claim and how this perfectly lines up with that.
Yes, so your initial claim had nothing to do with the judges that he put in play.
Do you
And
understand?
you admitted to that like
It
3 minutes
literally
ago.
does. When I ask you,
You admitted that it does not even
Dude,
3 minutes ago.
when I ask you what it means for the executive branch to have influence over these courts, what do you think that means? Maybe that they can hire and fire judges the way they can't do with other Article 3 judges, perhaps? Which is
Sorry,
why I
you said
was
that, my bad.
fleshing out my argument? Are you serious?
Okay, right.
I feel like you're
One.
not this stupid. You're just being bad faith.
No, reset that. My bad. Sorry, I was reading something. Reset that. My bad.
This entire conversation, I feel like I have to rehash this conversation because you have like a goldfish memory about how this entire thing started. I brought up that mass deportations are targeting asylum seekers. You said, well, I need evidence for that. I said, okay, you have all these judges that are dropping these cases and ICE ambushes these people who are coming to see a judge. You're saying, okay, well, judges can drop cases. There's a process there. I say, okay, well, that's true, but these judges are subject to influence from the executive branch. Influence can come in many forms: hiring, firing, directives that are given to these judges, interagency communication. And I bring up one of these multiple pillars and you're like, you're changing the topic now. No, I'm fleshing out my argument and you're being bad faith. And my argument's
Well, no, I never said
extremely
you were changing the
straightforward,
topic.
which is that when judges are subject to the executive branch's discretion, you can't point to their procedural dropping of cases at the behest of DHS as being on grounds of actual substance versus being on grounds of pressure from the executive branch.
Okay, right.
Is that clear?
So now a couple questions fall into play now again, such as as an example, one, how do we know per se that they are being pressured? How do we know? Like, as an example, you brought up the judges that were being put into play by Trump himself. How do we know without just based on assumptions? How do we know just without based on assumptions that they are being pressured by the executive to do what they're doing?
That the Trump administration tells them to dismiss the cases?
What is the evidence apart from Politico, which is left leaning?
Trump admin tells immigration judges to dismiss cases and tactic to speed up. They're not hiding this, dude. They say it publicly. I don't know why you're defending them against something they don't deny. Hold on.
Where'd you get that from?
Why are you defending them from something they don't even deny doing?
Was that from Politico?
This is from NBC, but it's from an actual memo to immigration.
Dude, NBC? Come on. It's like fucking CNN.
Dude, you don't even know what the source is.
Yeah,
You're such a partisan hack that you hear the word NBC.
You just said it.
Dude,
NBC.
NBC could say the sky is blue and you'd be like, I don't trust them. Like, come on. The actual source, if you have an issue with the credibility of the article, then ask me what the source is. The source is a recent memo to immigration judges from the Trump administration. Because again, the Trump administration can't give memos to Article 3 judges, only Article 2 judges, which again substantiates my initial point, which you have yet to address.
Yeah, you just said NBC was your source. You just said that NBC was your source.
Are you
even
trolling?
then, media. Did you not say
Are you
NBC?
trolling?
Did you not just say NBC?
Are you trolling?
No, I'm not. Did you not just say NBC?
Swear on your mom that you're not trolling.
Sorry, say it again, my bad.
Swear on your mom that you're not trolling.
I swear on my mom I'm not trolling.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, again, did you or did you not just mention NBC?
I did.
Okay, and that was right after I asked you for the source.
Yep.
So the source is NBC.
Yep, the article. The source of the headline that I read you.
Yeah, and NBC tends to be very biased towards one specific side.
Okay,
CNN, you name it, Fox News.
if you can take issue with this specific NBC article, then I would concede. But this NBC article references a recent memo from the Trump administration to immigration judges. So is that memo fake? Are they making up a fake memo?
Well, wait. So what's the title of the article? Hold up.
Trump admin tells immigration judges to dismiss cases in tactic to speed up arrest. And that's one of many articles. I have the two AIC articles I mentioned. I have the Politico article. We have an article from Acacia Center for Justice. I can pull up others as well. I have an entire folder of these articles, which again, when you have multiple articles making the same point here, there's only so much gish galloping and changing the topic you can do to try to avoid my point.
Well, mainstream media, follows everything. Like they say the same thing over and over again. All of them.
Who do you trust, if not mainstream media? Where do you get your news?
Give me generally, I would say, stuff like the Government Accountability Office, Congressional Budget Office, people like that.
Those aren't reporters. They do projections.
Yeah,
I
don't trust stuff like .com, like NBC News or Fox News, especially.
Okay, where do you get your news on current events and politics? Then that is so much better than my sources. Please enlighten us.
Sorry, say that again.
Where do you?
I don't know what.
Where do you get your political news from? That's not biased. You seem to have found some
we could talk about stuff like. Well, we could talk about. They actually mentioned in the comments Straight Arrow News, which Jubilee loves to put out on that end. Straight Arrow News. They tend to be very.
Why you're completely changing the subject?
Well, Straight Arrow News. You asked for one.
Yeah, but Straight Arrow News is going to contain articles from like NBC and CNN and BBC, right?
Okay, you do realize Straight Arrow News
the bulk.
Hold
on, the bulk of stuff on Straight Arrow News or Ground News is going to be mainstream media publications from the right and the left. And all of I don't know who your favorite political commentators are, but when Ben Shapiro or Michael Knowles or Patrick Bet-David, when they give you the news, they don't have sources around the world and in government agencies. They are getting that information from the New York Times, Reuters, AP, all of these organizations, the primary sources. That's where these right-wing grifters get their information, and then they turn around and say, don't trust those first-person sources that I use to give you all the news. It's like unhinged and insane. Again, if you want to bring up specific examples of bias, we can talk about those, but you have to actually call into question the veracity of the specific article I mentioned to you, and not just this vague appeal to like, really liberal, NBC? That's lazy. That's just lazy.
The NBC article, I'm on it right now. Where's the memo within the article?
They referenced the memo.
Okay, so they didn't even show the memo? So
usually, how the fuck do we know hold on. Do you know how sourcing works? Usually you don't show these types of things, otherwise you lose the source.
So how do we know that they're right then?
Because they have journalistic standards. They fire people for lying about this kind of stuff. This is another big difference between the evil mainstream, lamestream media and fucking all these like
They're all
political
the same thing.
commentators on
Really,
YouTube.
they're all the same
Is
fucking thing.
these companies have to actually issue retractions and fire people when something goes wrong. None of your favorite political commentators ever have to do retractions or firings for making stuff up or misrepresenting things.
Well, by the way, I don't like people like Michael Knowles and Ben Shapiro. They're both dumbasses. But in relation to this
Based.
specifically,
They are. It's the one true thing you've said.
but in relation to this specifically, again, if they, whether or not they're supposed to show the memo or
There's
not,
a very
again,
hold on.
how do we know that what they're saying is right then?
Do you know how sourcing works for these types of things?
Tell me, how does it work?
When there's someone that works for a media company that has a source in a government agency, and that source is giving them government documents that are oftentimes going to have PI, personally identifying information on them, if they release those documents sometimes, that is going to have some kind of watermark that would allow the government to know who this source is. And that's called burning a source. So usually you try to keep the source as anonymous as possible and keep the referenced information as vague as possible. Unless you have multiple channels of information that are corroborating the same thing, then there's less chance of a source being burned.
Okay, so they keep it as vague as possible, and then that leaves.
It's like
a
you
bunch
have
of
all these
questions that
things
remain
to say
unanswered.
about journalism and media, but you don't know how any of these things work. And again, I'm just going to ask you. We have a very easy answer here. All you have to say then is, if what you're saying is factually, hold on. All you have to say here is, if what you're saying is factually correct, I concede. That's all you have to say. And then the question isn't whether my logic makes sense; it's whether what I'm saying is true.
Adam, can I respond to everything you just said?
Please.
Yeah. So one, again, we take mainstream media like BBC. In fact, there was even a reference. How they decided to wait close to 5 years after the January 6th, or 4 years, my bad, after the January 6th incident, to come out and say that what they said was
non
false.
sequitur.
Wait, how? In relation to we're talking about mainstream media saying
I'm
random
guessing
shit,
you're
and then-
bringing up one specific article from one specific reporter, and then you're going to characterize it in a way that makes it seem like BBC as a whole cannot be trusted, even though we're talking about NBC.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm going to your initial claim that you just made.
Okay. We actually haven't
Yeah.
talked about my initial claim at all. You've just taken issue with the
I'm
factual
going based
backing.
on what the claim that you just made.
You keep changing
Well,
what that
the whole-
claim seems to be, but go ahead.
Wait. Repeat what you just said about NBC and mainstream media. Repeat what you just said.
I just explained that there is a process of institutional checks and balances and competition that make sure that there's not blatant falsifying of sources happening. The bias that exists in
But yeah,
mainstream
we see this
hold
all
on.
the time.
The bias that exists in mainstream media is not that they're making up fake information. It's the way they frame things and word their headlines and what they choose to emphasize versus ignore. That's how mainstream media bias works. It doesn't work by them making up fake documents.
Okay, wait. By the way, one, I never said the memo was fake. What I'm saying specifically.
amazing.
Yeah. Wait. What I'm
So
saying
what are you
specifically.
complaining about?
What I'm saying specifically is, how do we know what they say is true based on what they say within the memo if we can't even see it? How do we know what they're saying is actually true?
Because it's a news organization with journalistic
fucking
practices.
rights.
This
Okay, so
isn't
should we
some
just trust
random dude.
everybody?
You understand people
Wait,
study
you trust Fox
journalism.
News?
You understand
Adam, you
people
trust Fox
spend
News?
years studying journalism to go into this. Hold on. Again, it seems like we've hit a bedrock here, so we can very, very clearly resolve this. Can you just say that if what I'm saying is factually true, then you would be wrong, but you take issue with whether or not it's factually true? Is that where we're
If
at now?
what you're saying is factually true, then sure.
Then you'd
I
concede,
would
and
say
you'd be
that's
wrong.
factually true. Sure.
So our entire disagreement is on like what is just true and what is not true. It's not on the actual like logical argument that I'm making, correct?
Yeah, it's what's true and not true. I'll
Okay.
put it that way.
So at a certain point, I'm going to ask you, how many articles could I show you of the executive branch applying pressure on these judges to drop cases where you would say, okay, even though it's all lamestream media, now it's 5 sources, now it must be true. What number of articles would that be that's sufficient for you? Or are you just going to be smug towards all of them?
Okay, wait. One, you only gave me like 2 articles in reference to
I'm
mainstream
asking
media.
you what number is the magic number for you?
I'm not fairly certain on the number.
Okay, so this is like there's no, what is it, the no true Scotsman? Is there any number I could give you where you'd say, okay, this is enough, this counts?
I generally don't trust mainstream media, regardless of who it is, on the right or
Where
the
do
left.
you learn about news then? Let me ask you, did you hear at all about the peace plan that Trump made? That's like 28 points with like Israel and Hamas, like way back in I think October.
Yeah, I remember that.
And did you hear how there was like a lot of negotiating going on before that with like Witkoff and all these emissaries and stuff?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that information?
Mainstream media.
Wait a
Yeah.
second.
By the way, just because you read
Huh.
something, okay,
Refuse to believe that guy wasn't a troll. Oh my god. And was Matt Nuclear in my comments earlier continuing to be a coward and like never requesting to hop on? I don't know why I find that so funny, especially when I've made fun of him for it and he just doubles down on it, I guess. Okay, we have Michael Panzek and Jack of All Trades 1 in the guest requests. Are both of you here to debate, and are you both older than 18? I want to debate someone on Trump's corruption. Anyone want to debate on Trump's corruption? He was trolling. Wait, Carolina, why are you saying Jack of all trades is a red flag? Why is that? Dude, I asked him if he swears on his mom, and I feel like I take people when they say that, but I guess people just lie about some shit like that. Because I own people? Oh, own people? Okay. Wait, is this guy gonna hop on and say the N-word or something? Hey, how old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay. And I just want to confirm you support Trump?
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to get to why like they're throwing red flags out.
Okay.
It's because I went on Parker's stream and I called out the one of the guys that he's a lot left leaning person, but he Brett Cross. I called him out for committing domestic violence against his wife, and he actually part of his plea deal. He wasn't allowed to own firearms, so he actually got his Second Amendment rights taken from him, and yet he wants to, sit there and talk about everybody else, and that's why they're saying red flags, is because I called out somebody that actually Parker has on his stream and doesn't even know that this guy took a plea deal for
I'm not
committing
familiar
DV against
with
his
who
wife.
you're referring to or that situation.
Well, that's why they're throwing red
Sure,
flags
that's
out.
fair.
'Cause-
I want to ask you now, do you disagree with the first prompt here, or do you only disagree with the next three?
So actually, I wanted to get into what you were talking about, the whole courts thing.
Okay, and are you done to talk about corruption after that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool, go ahead.
So, what's your issue with these immigration judges enforcing the executive
My
branch's
issue is
policy?
that when someone has been able to pass the preliminary checks that get you to the point of scheduling an immigration court date, I would like them to have the bare minimum due process of seeing that immigration judge and having an actual result given to them. The Trump administration's tactic has been to just have a quota system and have as big volume as possible of deportations. And as part of that strategy, what they've done is tell judges on random cases to just drop the case so that the person involved can immediately be put in for expedited removal. And a lot of these
Okay.
people don't really qualify for expedited removal.
Okay, so just one thing real quick.
Yeah.
So the Trump won the 2024 election, right?
Yep.
Okay. What was one of the biggest issues in that election?
Top two were inflation and immigration.
Okay, so he was voted in on immigration.
Not on what he's doing here, but on immigration.
Okay, 100%. That's he was talking about mass deportations the whole entire time. Every single
on
time he
every
brought it up, he
single
was talking about
normie-
mass.
every single
I didn't
normie
interrupt
platform
you.
he
I
went
didn't
on.
interrupt you, Adam.
Okay,
Adam,
then
I didn't
if
interrupt
you're
you.
going to bring up multiple points,
Adam, I didn't interrupt
if
you.
you're going
Can
to
I
bring
just
up
talk?
multiple points, then that's not productive. That's gish galloping. You want to go one by one?
Okay, real quick. So the fact that the immigration judges who aren't under Article 3 power, but underneath the executive branch,
Yep.
and they ultimately respond to the Attorney General,
Yep.
right? So they take on the will of the American people, because the will of the American people, right? They vote in the executive branch. So whatever Trump's doing, he's representing what people voted for in 2024. So your problem isn't the fact that he's actually getting this done. Your problem is the fact that most of Americans want this to happen.
That's not true. Trump's
100%.
Trump's approval on immigration is the lowest it's ever been in his entire political career. When Trump went on normie platforms during the election, he always led, we're saying we're going to get the criminals out, we're going to prioritize the criminals.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the criminals out.
A lot of these
He's getting the
podcast
criminals out.
dude, a lot of these podcast hosts even said, you're not going to go after like random families and stuff, right? He's like, no, we're just going to go after the criminals. And again, his actual immigration policy.
He said time over time to get them all out.
When the American people see his actual
He said time over
policy,
time to get them all out. To get them all out. Anybody that is not a U.S. citizen, get them all out.
Do you disagree that Trump says 10 different things to 5 different people when he's running? Like, he said everything there was to say about immigration. We're only going after criminals.
Can you name me one politician that hasn't? Can you name me one politician that hasn't?
We're talking about Donald Trump.
Can you name me one politician that hasn't?
We're talking about Donald Trump.
Real quick, he's been very, very the same. Okay, I'm not saying whataboutism, but you're acting like this is brand new and that you're just shocked that this is happening at all.
The extent to which it happens is unique to Trump. Yeah.
Okay, no, Adam. So, and real quick, so just because he's always been the same. He wants to get every illegal out of this country, not just the criminals. The criminals, yes, they're prioritizing the criminals, but if they have people showing up to appointments, right, that they can just go capture and they can just take back home because they have no right to be here. Guess what? That's just easy catchings, right? That's just easy people that you can get out of here. It's not about a quota. I want them all out. They don't need to be here. They cost. They're a burden on the American tax dollar.
Would you like to address any of the points I made earlier, or no?
I mean, I don't think you're gonna have an honest conversation.
You're saying the American people support Trump's immigration agenda. Then why, when they see it in practice, is there?
He was voted in. That's the only way you can get in is if you were voted in the executive branch. The American people, he had the majority, the popular vote,
not the majority.
And he won the majority between the 3 parties. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't win a majority in the popular vote. He won a plurality.
What percentage did he get?
49%.
Okay, 49. He won the majority of the vote, right? Because there's the Republicans are just. There's Democrats, right? Okay, so it's split into 3 ways, right? There's then there's the third party, right? And there's a bunch of other different small parties, but those 3 are the main 3 parties. When it's split into 3 ways, yes, it is.
That's a plurality, not a majority, like I said. Majority means
is there
more
just
than
2
half.
parties in America?
2 major parties.
Okay, no. So he.
You can
and
look,
he won
this
more.
is embarrassing. You can
listen,
just look up. Just
more
Google
than,
plurality versus majority. Just Google it.
Okay, no. You're talking about if it was split in half. You're talking about if it was split in half,
dude.
Right? It's not split in half.
It doesn't matter.
There's not just
it doesn't
2 parties.
matter if it's split
There's
in a
3
million
parties.
pieces.
He won the majority.
He won the plurality.
He won the majority of the 3 parties. Yes, he did. He won the majority of the vote.
Why are you dying on this hill that you don't need to die on? You can just Google this. I don't know why you want to embarrass yourself like this. Just Google.
This is what you guys always do. You instead of dealing with everything else that I've said, you're sitting here and you're picking on something.
No, because
no. This is what you guys do.
You didn't
you're
address
losing
my
on all the other
substance.
points.
You didn't address
you're losing
my
on all the
substance.
other points.
You didn't
you're
even
losing
address
on all
my
the other
points.
points.
You didn't address my points.
I addressed your points.
You basically just
this
said
is the will
that
of the American people.
You basically
this is
just said
they
that
voted him
because
in.
Trump won the election, anything he wants
is it
to do
illegal for
is
it
blessed
illegal
by
for
the American people.
Is it illegal for the judges to drop? Is it illegal for the judges to drop the cases?
That's being adjudicated. We don't know the answer to that yet.
Is it illegal for them to drop the cases?
In the way it's happening right now, or in general? Because there are cases about this in litigation right now, so we don't know the answer to that question in terms of its current strategy. This is still
they sue Trump for everything, and he wins every single time.
He wins every single time. It seems
yes,
like
he's won the National Guard
only
cases.
Hear about the wins. He hasn't won. He hasn't won the National Guard cases. What are you talking about?
What case has he lost? What case has he lost? In an honest panel, not a 3-judge panel that got overruled.
The Trump-appointed judge, Karen Immigrant in Portland, who said that you guys are saying
Karen Immigrant is not a Trump-appointed judge.
Yes, she is.
Dude, and no, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Okay, and first off, dude,
how much money? How much money do you want to bet? How much money do you want to bet?
That woman has lost so many cases.
How much
it's not
money
even funny.
do you want to bet?
Had so many cases over.
Don't back down now. How much money do you want to bet that Judge Immergit wasn't appointed by Trump?
Okay, even if she was an appointed Trump judge, doesn't matter. She still doesn't know what she's doing.
Her decision was pretty clear. Are you familiar with the case? Are you aware that the Trump administration told this judge...
Did her decision get overturned?
No.
Did her decision get overturned?
No, that's a
Did her
standing
decision get
decision.
overturned?
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Are you kidding me?
Is there National Guard
Dude,
deployed right now
okay,
in Portland?
literally. Did her
Is there
her
National
thing got
Guard deployed
overturned,
right
and there's
now
a
in
stay on
Portland?
it right now, but there's an overturn. It got overturned.
It was
right?
appealed, not
Because she was
overturned. It
using-
was appealed.
Yeah. No.
It was.
She got.
Dude, you don't know
her
what words
standing
mean. You don't
was-
know what majority
her-
is. You don't know who appointed Judge Immergit. Like, you're just lying. This isn't
You're
even
just,
an
you're
opinion
just, you're just straight up
disagreement.
lying.
You're just
You're
lying.
just straight up lying.
You've just been lying this
Lying.
entire time.
You're just straight up lying.
You can copy what I'm saying. No,
When
I'm
it
not-
went to
no,
a
you're
higher
not. What
district
am I-
court, right? They said, okay, can I talk real quick,
If
Adam?
you address
Can I
what I'm
talk real
saying,
quick, Adam?
please.
Holy moly, can I speak
Holy
once?
guacamole, go ahead.
Oh, I'm trying to. First off, her decision, right? She was acting as if her interpretation of what Trump's executive power, right? That
Let's talk about
she doesn't see a threat over in Portland when there was a threat.
Okay.
It got overruled.
Have you read I was reading this yesterday to prep for a debate. Do you know what
I
argument?
read that part.
Okay, so do you know why she slapped down their bullshit claim? Are you aware of her actual substantiation, her reasoning for making that decision, or no?
She's not the say all. She's not a
We have courts.
a
in this-
circuit court judge. She's not.
Does she have jurisdiction over
She's
Portland?
one judge. Okay, over Portland, right?
And that's
but we're talking
he
about
was
what's
trying
over,
to deploy the
what's
Oregon
over her.
National Guard to
What's
Portland.
over-
So yeah, I'm gonna ask you again. Do you know on what basis?
What's over her?
On what basis did she deny that request?
What
from
is
Trump?
over her?
The Supreme Court, higher circuit courts?
Because of her interpretation of Trump's Article 2 powers.
Okay, let's talk about it. What do you think she got wrong there?
Saying that she didn't feel like okay. And she was wrong. She was wrong. I'll
On
be
what
right back.
basis?
I'll be right back.
Do not run away, bro. Because I read this case yesterday. For everyone who's watching, let me tell you, the Trump administration claimed that there was a rebellion and insurrection happening in Portland, and that the law enforcement already present was insufficient to address that. One of the examples they submitted in court was someone shining a flashlight in the eyes of an ICE officer. Apparently, one of the examples of rebellion was shining a flashlight in the eyes of an ICE officer. The case was laughed at. It was a pathetic joke of a case. Shining a flashlight in someone's eyes is a rebellion now? And guess what? The person that was in charge of the Federal Bureau of Protection at that Portland ICE facility, the federal police person who was ahead of it, said, we didn't request the National Guard. We didn't need the National Guard. Local law enforcement was way more than enough. Let's see if he addresses that, or if he just leaves now. He still never addressed that majority means more than 50%. He still never addressed that just because you win an election doesn't give you carte blanche to do whatever you want to do. Just because someone wins an election and wins the popular vote doesn't mean everything they now do is blessed by the American people. He's not going to come back, is he?
100% it is. So so if you get voted in real quick, if you get voted in by winning the
Election.
the electoral
Election.
college, right?
Yeah.
And then you get
Yeah.
voted in by winning the popular vote. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a mandate there. Obviously, the people want something. You're
Trump did
representing
not win
those
a
people.
Mandate.
That's
Are you kidding me?
100%. He won on a mandate.
He didn't even win more
He
than
won
half
every
of the
single
vote,
swing
bro.
state. He won every single swing state. He won the popular vote, which a Republican hasn't done in over 20 years.
Bro.
He sat there. He turned counties that were under Joe
Yeah.
Biden. He turned them red.
By your logic,
To sit here and say it wasn't a mandate, you're just being irrational.
by your
and you're just
logic,
not being
by your
honest.
logic, Biden won a way bigger mandate in 2020, right? Because he won by like 8 million votes. Right? That was a way bigger mandate than Trump could have gotten. Trump couldn't even break 50%. Biden got more than half of the vote in 2020.
Why didn't they show up for Kamala?
Because, because she wasn't a good enough candidate. Why are you changing the topic?
Where were all those
changing the
votes for
topic?
Kamala?
Why are you changing the topic?
Where were all those
Did
votes for
Biden have a
Kamala?
mandate?
No, I'm not. You just brought it up. I just asked
Did
you a
Biden
question
have
on
a
it.
mandate?
Huh?
Did Biden have a mandate bigger than what Trump has
Yeah,
now?
destroy the country.
Did Biden have a mandate bigger than what Trump has
Yeah,
now?
increase inflation up to 9%. That's
Don't run
what
away.
Biden's mandate
Don't run
was.
away. You're trying to make it into a political talking point.
I'm telling you, his mandate. Obviously, they lost on immigration. If Joe Biden Joe Biden was going to
In
lose
2020, could Biden
Trump
have come into
in
office?
2024, hands down.
In 2020, could Biden have come into office and said, "I can do anything I want because I want a mandate"? Because that's what you're giving to Trump.
That's not dealing with the issue. No.
You're not
the,
dealing
the
with
thing
the issue.
was
You haven't responded to
immigration.
anything I've
The
said
thing
yet, dude.
was immigration. Holy crap, dude! You're so dishonest.
You still haven't addressed anything I've said.
The
I had to
mandate
write
was
it down because it's
immigration.
the same points over and over.
I literally asked you. What did Trump win on? What were the biggest issues in this country? You said immigration and inflation,
Yep.
right? The economy and immigration,
Yep.
right? So if Trump won basis on those big two issues, right? So he's enforcing immigration policy. He's sitting here and he's dropping cases of people that don't need to be here, right?
No.
A right to come into this country.
On
and
what
just be
basis are
here.
you
That's not-
determining
you don't
he's
have
dropping?
that right.
On what basis are you determining he's dropping cases of people that shouldn't be here? And why aren't you addressing any argument I've made so far? Why do you keep changing the topic? We can go point by point, and then you can get to whatever topics you want to bring
On
up.
these
but you
rabbit
can't just
holes,
run
and then when I
away.
ask you a question about it, you accuse me of changing the. No, you can't go point by point. What? Okay,
No.
what was your issue with the courts? Why is him sitting here telling these courts, these immigration
I'm gonna
judges
ask you
who
again
are
why you
under
think
his
Judge
authority to
why was
to
Judge
sit there?
Immerget wrong to stop Trump from sending the National Guard? Because you can't just backtrack on that.
She is
first.
wrong, and she's gonna lose
On
it.
what
She's gonna
basis?
lose it.
On
She's
what
gonna
basis
lose
is
it.
she
She's gonna
wrong?
lose it.
On what basis is she wrong? It's an easy
The
question.
fact that she doesn't get to the fact that she doesn't get to decide what the president deems as a crisis or as a dangerous situation, that is not for a judge to determine. That's under the Article 2 power of the president, under his authority to deploy the National Guard.
You're
Did
just
did
wrong.
President Trump
You're
get to
just
deploy the
wrong.
National Guard to
The National
did Trump get
Guard
to
is
deploy
under
the
the
National Guard to
sovereignty of
California?
the National Guard is under the sovereignty of the state unless there's a rebellion or insurrection.
No. He is the commander in chief of the military, right? The National Guard is part of the
You're cutting off.
if you're trying to sit there and say like
You're wrong.
that the National Guard is only the militia,
I didn't say only.
that's not true.
Their primary
No, that's-
their
you're
primary
wrong.
chain of command comes from the state governors, not the president. The president can only federalize them in times of extreme.
What's their final chain of command?
The
What's their
president can-
final chain of command?
The president can only
What's their final chain of
federalize.
command?
That's not a thing. You mean emergency chain of command?
The president of the United States
my
of
God.
America is
Oh my
literally
God. He's not even answering.
the commander in chief of all military.
I don't know if you know this. A lot of these judges, the rulings they've handed out to Trump is you're violating the 10th Amendment. You're violating states' rights because these governors get to deploy the National Guard, not you. And you can only deploy the National Guard against the consent of the governor if there's an
Right,
actual
okay.
rebellion.
So real quick,
Where's the rebellion?
Adam, real quick.
Easy question.
Okay. Did you not see Portland? Did you not see that? Okay,
That's not an
first
argument.
off, real quick.
That's not an
Do you
argument.
think what was
Saying,
happening in
did you
LA
not
was a
see-
riot?
hold on.
Do you think
Saying,
what
did
happening
you
in
not
LA
see
was a riot?
Portland is
Do you
not
think
an
what
argument.
happened in LA was a riot?
Say it again?
Did you? Okay, you can see things and see how crazy it is, and the fact that police weren't
question's
even
not
arresting
whether it's a
anybody.
riot.
They were sitting there and told to
That's
stand
not even the
down.
question.
Were ICE agents attacked? Were ICE agents
That's not
attacked
the
at
question.
Portland? Yes or no?
That's not relevant to this topic.
Okay, why do you?
And you keep cutting out. I don't know if there's something wrong with your connection.
Were ICE agents sat there and were they attacked? Yes or no?
That's not relevant to this question.
Were ICE agents attacked? Yes or no?
Sure, I'm
in
sure
Portland?
some ICE agents were. That's not relevant to this question.
That's not relevant.
No. You know why? I
Okay.
can tell you why it's
So
not relevant.
sitting there, right?
If you don't start.
100% is.
I can
Oh my-
explain
dude,
why it's
you won't
not.
even let me talk.
No,
You won't
you've
even
been
let me
gish
talk.
galloping
Holy
and
crap,
changing
dude.
the subject
You
over
won't even let me talk.
and over and over
The
again.
fact that you won't let me talk shows how scared you are.
If you make a point, I have
It
to be
shows
able to
how
address.
disingenuous you are.
If you make a point, I have to be able to address your point. You can't then run away from it when I address it.
I'm trying to
You
dive
make
into
a point,
by point,
I
but
address
you
the
won't
point,
get
and you
into
change
it.
the subject.
No.
The
I'm
reason
not,
why it's not relevant whether or not ICE agents were attacked is the question is
Here are the
not
points.
the question is not did the ICE facility need to be protected? It was the ICE facility incapable of being
Hello?
protected by the existing forces there?
Okay, if you have federal agents under attack by the population, what is that?
A riot of some kind?
If you get
Can you address what I just said,
you
though?
get civilians. Oh my lord, here we go. I'm trying to get to the main point. You don't even acknowledge this stuff.
What's
All
the
right,
main
first
point?
off, real quick, just to dispute this, just to see if you're even being, just to be honest, I want to see if you're even honest. What was did LA have riots? Yes or no?
There was some violence in LA. Riot is a
During the
subjective
ice rage.
term. Sure.
So the fact
Very
that you won't even
sporadic
call
and
that
not
a riot
systemic.
shows me that you're not even being honest.
Did you not just hear what I
You're
said?
you're not being honest.
You know what
You're just-
sporadic? You know what sporadic
You're not even
violence
being
is?
honest.
You know what sporadic violence is?
That was 100% a riot. That was a riot.
By what definition was it a riot?
There was literal-
was it systemic violence?
There was literal squad cars, literally like 5-6 of them underneath the bridge where cops had to hide from people throwing rocks and catching them on fire. That is literally the definition of a riot.
Can I explain to you why, even if it is a riot, which I don't think it was,
You're not being honest. You're being
You don't
so
want me to
dishonest.
talk 'cause you're
so
terrified.
dishonest. You won't even call what happened in L. I'm not even going to talk to you anymore because you're just being
you're
dishonest.
gonna run away,
That right there shows me. There's no point in talking to you,
Dude.
There's honestly no point. You won't even acknowledge that what happened in
even if
LA
I
was a
was to
riot.
grant-
So of course you're not going to acknowledge
You're
what happened
so
in
scared.
Portland was a riot.
even if I was to grant that it's a
No,
riot.
you're being dishonest. I just
Don't run
showed
away.
you how dishonest
I'm gonna mute
you
you
are.
because
Everybody
you're interrupting
knows
me.
what
I'm gonna mute you because you're interrupting me. Don't run away. The reason it doesn't matter whether or not it was a riot. He ran away. Newsflash for everyone: the court case was not, is this a riot? Is law enforcement at threat? The question was, is the threat so great that local law enforcement can't handle it, and therefore the National Guard has to be federalized? That's the question. So, by the way, whether or not you classify it as a riot is irrelevant to the legal question of can the president federalize the National Guard? And of course, no more guest requests because they're all scared because there's no defending this. Jack of all trades, hop back in the requests. Why did you run away? Why are you so afraid? Coward. This is why I wanted to debate Rob today, dude. Rob at least would have responded to these arguments. He's not going to hop back in the guest requests. So I read yesterday Judge Immergit's final decision in the Portland National Guard case, and I'm happy to pull that up because these people are such fucking liars. This is the second person I've spoken to recently who tells me that Trump won on the National Guard cases, which he just didn't. Hold on, I believe this was a PDF, so I can search PDF in history. Let's see. I think it was November Immergit Portland ruling. PDF. Yeah. Is this it? Yes, I think this is it. Okay. I just want to show people how fucking ridiculous this is. Hold on. Just take a look here, okay? The only example defendants highlight of an altercation between protesters and counter-protesters, which even marginally affected FPS operations, took place on September 9th. Just after midnight, approximately 10 protesters surrounded a counter-protester. One protester physically harassed a counter-protester, and another, this is a quote from the government, another used a high-powered flashlight to shine into the counter-protester's eyes. Some of the examples of rebellion were flashlights being shined in people's eyes. And half the examples of violence that were brought up were between protesters and counter-protesters, not between protesters and federal officials. And again, the FPS, the head of the FPS, that was the federal police in charge of protecting this ICE building, the federal head said, we didn't request additional law enforcement. We didn't request the National Guard. We didn't need that. There were like 4 or 5 cases of very small scale violence, like standing in front of a door or shining a flashlight. These people are so fucking authoritarian, bro. Holy shit. If you think the National Guard should be federalized against the consent of the governor because of fucking flashlight, I don't know what to tell you. We just have different values. Dirk Funk in the guest requests. What did you want to debate about? I want to do a corruption debate, bro. Does anyone here think Trump isn't corrupt that wants to hop on? That'd be more fun. OMFG, not dork. Is this a known quantity? Dirk Funk, just let me know in the chat if you want to debate, if you're over 18, and then I can let you hop on and we can debate. And Dirk Funk, until I see something from you in the chat, I can't accept your guest request, because then I also need quick access to block you if you just say the N-word or something. Okay, he has something in the chat there.
Well, this is Dirk here. I really appreciate you bringing me up. This is fantastic. I appreciate this. This is great. How's it
Okay.
going, brother? Another day of coping and seething and crying under the Donald Trump presidency?
Yes, his supporters are coping and seething and crying. It is another day of that, true.
Well, coping and seething and crying, I'm celebrating. This is the greatest presidency
you-
we've had in the past 100 years.
You agree with me that we've had like a huge affliction of TDS lately?
Oh, I completely agree.
Trump devotion
I
syndrome?
I completely agree. Trump derangement syndrome is a
Trump
real
devotion
issue.
syndrome.
I think it's actually the biggest issue we're facing in America in 2025. It's been an issue actually since 2015.
Trump devotion syndrome? I agree. It's been a huge issue for almost a
Yeah, I
decade
agree.
now,
I mean,
yeah.
Trump derangement syndrome is
Devotion
an actual
syndrome.
thing that many people are actually diagnosing in real clinics now. I think this is an epidemic that has taken over the minds of many young people, and
I
it's a
agree.
sad thing to see.
Young men who think that Trump can do no wrong, regardless of how authoritarian and corrupt he is.
Well, actually, a little side note, why can't liberals meme? All they do is just take things from the right and try and rebrand it for
I am
themselves.
not interested in memes.
Well,
or
I'm just
answering that
saying. I'm just saying. You
question.
guys are like so unoriginal. It's
I'm
pretty
here
funny.
trying to talk about the future of this country,
No, I'm
and you're
just saying.
concerned
Come on,
with
give me
memes?
your analysis on that. Why is the left so unfunny? And
I
they
just-
just
I don't
take
give a
everything
fuck
from the
about
right and try and repurpose it for their own
Memes.
thing.
I don't even know what you're referring to. I don't care.
Well, you literally just said Trump devotion syndrome,
Yep.
as if like you're trying to take back TDS.
It's not. It's not a meme. It's a legit. I think people have
Oh, that's not a meme?
have a devotion to
Oh.
Donald Trump. Do you disagree?
Yeah, but why don't you create like a new acronym? Be original. Be like,
TDS
Actually
just
have
rolls off the
intelligence?
tongue really well.
Well,
It's not
I
meant to
agree.
be a
That's why
meme.
the right came up with it. We come up with effective memes and slogans.
That's all you do is you come up with effective nicknames and memes. I was just.
Well, at
can you
least
guys please
admit
come up
it.
with
I mean,
effective
you guys
policy?
can't do anything right.
It's
you
like-
can't even meme correctly.
If you guys were as good at policy as you are at memes and nicknames, America would be a fucking utopia.
well, at least you're admitting we're good at memes and nicknames.
The only thing you're good at.
At least we're getting somewhere with you.
I guess. Congrats. You can get the
You
FIFA,
sound upset that you're not
can get the
on
FIFA Peace
H1B1
Prize.
anymore.
FIFA Peace Prize for that one. Congrats.
Is your employer paying $100K per year now? Is that why you're upset?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, sure you are.
I was born here, and I can tell I'm more American than you'll ever be because you're just like a hateful person who doesn't want to talk about.
Well, you
substance.
hate America. You're
I
not
love
a
America.
nationalist.
I
Are
think
you a
people
nationalist?
like you hate America.
Are you a nationalist?
I'm a patriot.
So, but you're not a nationalist?
It depends what
So
you
you
mean by
hate-
that.
Well, just look up the definition of
Yeah,
nationalism
but
and
it's
tell me if
it's
that's
an ill-defined term in political circles.
it's an ill-defined term. Well, just look up the actual definition and tell me if you're a nationalist.
The actual definition is not what we're referring to in these political circles. Like people on the left and on the right
Oh,
are going to
yeah?
have different definitions of nationalism.
Do you want me to read nationalism to you? This is the AI overview, to be clear.
I
But
understand. I just
nationalism is a powerful ideology and sentiment centered on loyalty and devotion to one's nation, emphasizing shared culture, history, language, or ethnicity, often driving a desire for self-governance, unity, and strength.
that's ill-defined.
That's ill-defined.
Yeah, like loyalty could mean
Do
am
you
I
emphasize
blindly
our shared
am I-
culture,
hold
history,
on.
language,
For example,
ethnicity?
loyalty could mean that I'm blindly loyal or that my loyalty to my country means I criticize my country, right?
So you think criticizing your country is loyalty?
It depends on how this is why I'm saying it's ill-defined. So
Well, I would
think
say that's pretty
I
well
think
defined.
my
Being
patriotic
loyal to
duty
your country means
my
that you'll do
patriotic
anything
duty
for your country to succeed.
my patriotic duty is to criticize this country to make it better.
Well, that's your Trump derangement syndrome speaking.
To want
That's
the
not
country to be
your,
better? I guess then fine, yeah.
Well, that you just said your patriotic
If
duty
TDS
is
is
to
wanting
cry about
America
Trump
to be
all day
better,
long?
then yeah.
That's your patriotic duty? Is that what you think?
If
Crying
TDS
about
is
Trump
wanting
all day
America to
long?
be better, then I guess sure.
If TDS is... Well, I think TDS is just critiquing Trump in anything that he does because it's Trump, and that's what you do.
What if you want to critique him on the substance?
Can you name 3 good things Trump has done?
Like in his entire political career?
Yeah.
I think changing expensive rules in the TCJA was good. I think the First Step Act was good, and I think the CARES Act was good.
Okay. Nothing about illegal immigration, stopping the flood of Okay.
No.
You don't like that, so you're not
No.
a nationalist. Nothing about removing DEI from our government.
We can do the gish galloping of right-wing talking points. Can we just actually
Well, how is
discuss?
this gish galloping?
You're bringing up multiple points that are a complete divergence from what we were just
Well,
talking
you just
about
said no.
2 seconds ago.
You want a flood of illegal immigrants.
I never
Okay,
said that.
that's one check
That's a
for
straw man. I never said that.
libtardism.
This is Trump devotion
Of course it
syndrome at
is.
play.
I just told you, aren't you happy our borders shut down? And you said no.
That's again, you have a facile understanding of these things. If you want to go point by
Okay,
point on
so you
Trump's
want our
immigration
border
policy,
to be open?
I
You
want
an
a
open
I want
border?
a secure border.
You want a secure border?
Yes.
And did Joe Biden have a secure border?
As of June or July 2024, yeah.
So what happened about 2021, 2022,
Oh,
2023?
he inherited skyrocketing encounters from Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. Do you want to pull up the month by month numbers?
Sure, and
Let's
I'll pull
it
up the
Go
ones that
ahead.
Trump shows at his own rallies, so we know it's
Go
real.
ahead. Go ahead.
Are you familiar with this chart? It's the one he was pointing at when he got pew-pewed in the ear, and he says, "I love this
Yeah,
chart
when,
so
when
much."
people like you tried to kill him, yeah, I remember that.
See, that's fucking insane what you just said. That's unhinged. I didn't try to kill anyone. I was scheduled to debate Charlie Kirk. I was very sad when he
Yeah, nobody
died.
cares. Yeah, you weren't sad.
Again, you're just an unhinged person.
Yeah,
This
no,
chart,
you're unhinged.
have you seen this chart at Trump's rallies ever?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
And you see how it says Trump leaves office, and you see like a skyrocketing of all the border encounters right after.
Yeah.
Did Trump actually leave office in April of 2020?
Is that April of 2020? I can't see it. It's blurry.
Yeah, it is. January
Let's
of
pull up
2021
an
is all the
actual
way.
chart.
This is
Hold
Trump's chart.
on. Here, let's
I'm just
see.
asking you. Who was president in April of 2020?
Donald John Trump.
Why did he claim he left office in that month?
Yeah, I can't see. I'm gonna pull it up on my own.
Okay. He loves this chart so much, he said he wishes he could sleep with it every night. So this is like, MAGA can never impugn the credibility of this chart. You can just look up Trump immigration chart. You'll find it. It's not very hard to find.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
I don't see that one that you're pulling up.
Let me see if I can open image in new tab and I can zoom in further for us. You seriously can't see that the arrow is before where it says 21, and that's when Biden
I'm trying
came
to
in?
find the same exact chart that you're pulling up.
Sure, but do you see my screen right now? Just want to make sure there's no glitches.
Scroll up a little bit. Okay, I see it.
And you see how the arrow is on the left of the big number
Yeah.
21?
Yeah.
And you'd agree that 21 January is when Trump came in, like 2021?
I would agree that's when Biden came in.
Or sorry, yeah, excuse me, when Biden came in. And you would
Right.
agree that in this entire period where the upwards trend began, Trump was president for that, and then Biden came
Right,
in
right,
as
right.
that trend already began?
Right.
And then do you also agree that there was bipartisan immigration legislation that started getting discussed, I believe, in 2022, and that they tried to sign that in 2024? But then Trump sabotaged it?
I don't think it was 2022, but okay.
It started getting negotiated. Like, these things take a very long time. The final form of it was being sent around in 2024. But
Okay, which one was in 2022? Let me look that
I'm
up.
talking about the Langford border bill.
And you're saying that was 2022, okay.
That's when they started, like, discussing a border bill. I mean, these things take a very long time.
Oh, they started
Thousands of-
discussing it. Okay, so there wasn't actually a bill. Okay, got it.
Do you understand how, like, a bill would work? Like, the process?
Well, you
of-
just said that. Didn't you say the bill introduced in 2022? Isn't that what you just said?
I said it started in 2022. My point in
Oh,
bringing that
got
up
it.
is saying they were trying to address this from, like, very early on in the Biden presidency.
Got it. Okay.
And you understand that Trump
And your
sabotaged
point?
that border bill?
Well, I mean, Trump weighed his opinion on the fact that it's a horrible bill.
No.
Sure.
It's not a horrible bill. It's actually a center-right immigration bill. Trump called.
So why didn't they vote for
Sure,
it?
sure. Trump called senators like Mitt Romney and Mitch McConnell, and he told them, "Don't vote for this bill because it makes Biden look
Right.
good." And I have
Trump
to be able to run
loyalists,
on
Mitt
immigration.
Romney and Mitch McConnell. Trump loyalists.
I didn't
right
call
there,
them
yeah.
Trump loyalists. They're Republicans in the Senate who spoke to Trump on the phone.
You just said Trump called them and said don't vote on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
And why would that matter?
He doesn't even deny that.
They hate Trump.
Okay,
And you're saying they listened to him? Is that your claim?
I'm sure some House Senate Republicans listened to him.
You just said Mitt Romney and Mitch McConnell.
They
Are
were-
those
He called
those
Senate
are the
Republicans.
two that you specified?
Those are two specific names of the Senate Republicans he called that I know of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And they both hate Trump,
Okay.
right? You'll admit
Not
that?
not on policy.
But they not on policy.
Did Mitch
think
McConnell
Mitt-
vote for the big beautiful bill? Did Mitt
Well,
Romney
it's a
vote for the
fantastic
TC,
policy.
Okay, so again, they agree with Trump.
Well,
on
I
policy.
didn't say he votes against Trump on everything. Did I say that?
No, it's just you're being pedantic and you're not addressing my actual argument.
Well, you're acting like they're loyalists and they'll do whatever Trump says.
I'm just saying that Trump called Senate Republicans and told them, don't vote for this bill because it makes me look bad. I have to run on this issue. And Trump has acknowledged
Yeah,
this.
good. And where's the border bill now? Why do we have a secure border now?
Because Trump is engaging in executive overreach to do this instead of
Yeah,
legislation.
good. Thank God.
Okay,
Finally,
so you
we
want a
have a president
dictator to
taking
run.
action.
You don't want legislation. You want like Trump to act unilaterally.
I mean, did the Supreme Court say he's a dictator?
Did I say the Supreme Court? Why would the Supreme Court say he's a dictator?
Well, I mean, don't they weigh in on constitutional challenges? And being a dictator
there
is a
crime?
constitutional
Is there a
infringement?
statute? Is there a criminal statute called being a dictator that he could get taken to court for?
Yeah, I mean, overreaching his authority. Yeah,
And plenty
absolutely.
of federal courts have said he's overreached his authority in
Okay,
unconstitutional,
what does the Supreme
authoritarian
Court
ways.
say?
The Supreme Court on which case?
Well, you're claiming he's a dictator. What did the
He's
Supreme
acting in
Court
a-
say?
he's-
that
he's acting in a dictatorial- He's acting in
Yeah.
a dictatorial fashion. I can point to lower courts that have said that.
Well, I don't care about
Why?
lower courts.
Why not?
Why would I care about lower courts when the Supreme Court is the law of the land?
The whole point
Or
of
the highest court in the
whole
land, I
point
should
of
say.
the lower courts is that the Supreme Court can't adjudicate every single case, so you have to have a judicial branch. Do
Right.
you not like the judicial branch existing? Only Supreme Court should exist?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to have less lower courts. That's true.
How would you have all these cases adjudicated then? Like thousands and thousands of cases in different jurisdictions.
Yeah. I said less. I didn't say none.
Okay, I'm guessing when you say less, the ones that rule against Trump are coincidentally going to happen to be the ones that have to leave, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. That's convenient, isn't it? That when
Yeah.
a judge rules against Trump, they just happen to be a horrible, illegal, radical judge, right?
Well, I mean, it's the same with Democrats wanting to pack the Supreme Court. I mean, we both have our ideologies. We both want to have
Democrats
certain
didn't
things
pack the
enacted.
Supreme Court.
Well, I just said they want to pack the Supreme Court.
Okay. As of when?
Well, I mean, what do you mean as of when?
Because
People say
clearly
this
they
all
didn't
the
do it
time.
under Biden, right?
Chuck Schumer admitted this like 2 weeks ago.
But you understand they had the power to do that and they didn't do it.
Well, good.
So they,
Thank God.
so they didn't want to do it? Or they changed their mind after? Or,
Yeah, they changed their mind after.
okay, why?
They thought they could cheat their way out of this election too. They didn't think they would need to.
What do you mean, too?
Pack the court. Well, 2020 was cheated.
Really?
Yeah, it was stolen from Donald Trump. Absolutely.
Where'd the Supreme Court say that? Because that's your standard of evidence, right?
Well, I mean, the lower courts that you love refused to hear the case.
On standing.
Yeah,
Which
so
means
they
it was
refused.
a which
they
means it was
refused to hear the
a
case.
extremely weak bullshit case.
Well, no, these are liberal judges who refuse to hear it.
No, when you go to a court and the remedy you're seeking for your case is I want to overturn the entire state's election results, there's no, legal
but they want to
precedent.
recount.
There's no legal precedent for that.
They want to recount. They want to have some sort of form
No,
of verifying the votes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The legal remedy a lot of these cases were seeking was overturning results, and courts can't grant that kind of relief.
No, I mean it was about electoral fraud allegations.
And what
It was
relief
about
were they seeking?
A recount.
In every single case, they were just
or
seeking
another
a recount.
election. Say that again.
You're saying that in every single case, all they were seeking was a recount.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially? What do you mean potentially? You're giving me very, confident statements on what these cases were.
Well,
and
I'm
you're-
not aware of every
I
single
just-
case.
And explain to me what I'm missing here, right? So when I bring up lower
Well,
courts,
show me the
just
court.
hold on. I'm making
Show me the court that
I'm-
heard a request to completely overturn the ruling.
Can I finish my argument here?
Or the
Because
count.
we've ended up here from a complete change of topic from what we were just talking about 2 seconds ago, but they actually connect very well. So I can kind of thread the needle here. So when lower courts adjudicate, the judge makes a ruling that the Trump administration is, overusing their power. They're going beyond their authority. They're doing authoritarian things. Your answer there is, who cares about the lower courts? It's the Supreme Court that matters. Then you make an extremely massive claim. You have to admit, whether or not it's true, claiming that an entire election was rigged is a pretty massive claim that requires
very
a
clearly
lot of
was.
evidence, right? And then I say to you, okay, it seems like a few minutes ago you said your standard of evidence is not lower courts, it's Supreme Court rulings. So then I'm going to say to you, okay, are there any Supreme Court rulings here? Then you say, oh, no, not Supreme Court, but like some people took it to lower courts. But apparently the lower courts didn't hear these cases because they were so weak, but apparently the weak cases against Trump, they weren't that weak because the courts actually heard them. I'm just confused.
Well, I mean, I know you're confused. You're
Yeah.
confused about a lot of things. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to equate the two scenarios. The first scenario
I'm
is
just
you calling
questioning your
Trump
logic. How much do you trust courts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I'll slow it down for you. I know you can't
Please.
really comprehend
You're
things.
10,000 IQ, clearly.
Well, I mean, clear. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know about 10,000, maybe about
11,000,
500, 600, something like
Oh
that.
hell yeah, for sure.
But yeah, the first scenario was you calling Trump a dictator, and the highest court in the land is the one that has the ability to actually say Donald Trump is violating the Constitution, and this is the final word on the matter.
They
So
can say
you're
it's the final
referencing
word,
lower courts.
who still
Huh?
have jurisdiction and authority,
Yeah, you're referencing lower courts, right?
which is the
Who
law of
can-
the land until the Supreme Court was to change that, right?
Yeah, and they're not allowed to make universal injunctions anymore either, which
Okay,
is
I'm not
a
referencing.
Supreme
I'm
Court
not
rule.
referencing a universal injunction.
Yeah, so the Supreme Court, when you're talking about the president acting unconstitutionally, is the only one I care about. When we're talking
Why?
about state level, well, I already told you they're the highest court in the land. They have
But
the
you
final say.
understand that the law of the land before the Supreme Court rules on something is what the lower courts rule, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care about the Constitution.
I don't care about that part. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you this is I love when Trump supporters
Yeah,
are
I
honest.
think the
You
judiciary
agree
is way
with
too
Trump. You
powerful in
believe
this
that
country.
Trump should have impunity to ignore courts. But
Oh,
that's
I
not
would love that. I
authoritarian.
wish he ignored courts personally.
Okay, so you
I
support
really do.
authoritarianism. That's okay. The
Yeah,
mask
I
off
guess
moment,
so. I
guys.
guess you could
Mask
say
off
that.
moment. This is what it always ends up
Well,
becoming.
I wasn't really hiding that. I already told you I
Okay,
don't like
fair
the
enough.
lower
I
courts.
respect when Trump supporters admit they're authoritarian, at least, because a lot of them don't like that
Yeah, I
label.
mean, I would love that. I think the country would be much better. Actually, I would love for him to denaturalize people and deport them as well.
Even if courts try to stop him, right?
Well, I mean, if the Supreme Court says no, I'll listen to that. If a lower
What's so
court
special
from
about the
fucking
Supreme Court?
New York City says no, then I don't care. Ignore them.
What's so special about the Supreme Court?
Well, they're the highest court in the land. We need some
But
sort
they're a
of court
federal
to
court.
oversee
I mean, a lot
things.
of the judges there were before that. They were circuit court judges or federal court judges, right? I mean,
Sure.
these things are all connected. So, what is the magical threshold that is crossed from federal courts to the Supreme Court, where you say, okay, now it's all different. Now it
That's like
matters.
saying what's the magical threshold from being a
Your live is
You know,
not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because Dirk Funk does not comply with our community guidelines. The restriction will be removed once they are disconnected. Okay,
poor you.
deported out of the live. Just a cool guy. I see you in the guest requests. Are you above 18 and do you want to debate? Jesus Christ, bro. I was so ready to debate Rob, so now I'm just taking out all my debate prep on these random, unsuspecting TikTok people. I feel kind of bad. Just a cool guy. You are okay. You are. Hey, how old are you?
19.
And do you disagree with any of the prompts above me on the screen?
So I can't see a lot of it. Let me do clear
I
display.
can read them
Sorry.
to you. Number one is Trump is corrupt, which is I would love to discuss that if you disagree.
Can you tell me how?
Sure. I mean, he's engaged in people basically profiting to the tune of billions of dollars in exchange for pardoning someone. That's one example. There's insider trading to the tune of tens of millions of dollars, close to billions of dollars. There's
Wait,
Trump coin.
who'd he pardon that paid him?
So there's a man named, you know who CZ is?
CZ?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't.
He's a Chinese crypto billionaire. His company Binance last year was found guilty of basically facilitating
Oh.
things like terrorism and money laundering for illegal activities, right? Then this Chinese crypto billionaire guy, he goes to jail. And then over the course of the campaign season, you have people that work for Binance reaching out to the Trump family saying, hey, can we work out some kind of deal? This is out in the open. Then the Trump organization launches World Liberty Financial. It's like a big crypto exchange thing. And then they launch a stable coin called USD1. Okay. This stable coin is not used by really anyone. It has a market cap of like $100 billion. Then all of a sudden, you have Abu Dhabi buy $2 billion of that stablecoin, raising the market cap from like 100 billion to 2 billion. They use that USD1 stablecoin to invest $2 billion into Binance. And then all of a sudden, when Binance is now using Trump's cryptocurrency, which they profit from to the tune of, I believe, $70 million annually, then 2 days later, Trump pardons the former CEO of Binance. And then the Abu Dhabi firm, which gave them the money to buy the USD1 coin, that same firm was given special privileges to high-tech AI chips from the White House 3 days later. That's one example.
Did he complete like most of his term in jail?
I think
how
it
long
was
was he
just
in?
starting. I think it was just starting. I
Oh,
believe it
shit.
was maybe 4 years or 4 months. It was just starting.
How long was he supposed to be in prison for? What's the?
I can look that up.
Sorry.
And that's not even to mention
obviously,
there
like
were
he's pardoned like a ton of people. Like, obviously, I know some of the J6ers went to prison after he pardoned them. So I don't agree with all of his pardons. Like, I'll probably concede on the pardons because he's pardoned so many people. I can't even keep up with
but
that.
dude,
Honestly.
pardoning someone for $2 billion is like unhinged historic levels of corruption.
Yeah.
And I found the details,
I
so
guess so.
it's a little bit more complicated. Binance founder CZ served a 4-month prison sentence after pleading guilty to violating U.S. anti-money laundering laws, starting his sentence in April 2024 and being released in September 2024. And then Trump pardoned him in October 2025, which lifted the financial restrictions that were placed on him as a result for being found guilty of money laundering. So he was given more ability to like invest in stuff by Trump, basically.
Okay, so he finished his prison term, but he still would have.
He was
had
still
to go
given a
through
pardon that allowed him like a lot more financial latitude, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty messed up.
And do you agree there's like no real, like Biden never did that, Obama never did that, Clinton, Bush, like there's just no Reagan, Bush Sr., like no one's ever done something where they're just selling pardons for billions of dollars.
Besides, I mean, I can't think of Joe Biden pardoning someone like that necessarily, like
Right.
a
And
big
even
CEO like
the
that.
corruption examples you hear about from MAGA about people like Hunter Biden, I don't believe those are true, but even if we take those as fact, that's the tune of hundreds of thousands or maybe like the low millions of dollars. Here we're talking about, this is just one example. Another example is you had someone who shorted Ethereum and Bitcoin to the tune of like, I believe $90 million. Random Bitcoin wallet pops out of nowhere and shorts these cryptos, which means they're betting the cryptos are going to crash. And
Yeah.
their final transaction shorting them is 60 seconds before Trump makes a tweet which crashes the crypto market. And that same crypto wallet has been used to bet on Kalshi, saying that Trump was going to pardon CZ, the guy we just talked about, like months before it
Damn.
happened.
That's a big like not a conspiracy theory. Like that's a big rabbit hole, I guess.
And it's the thing is, it's not a rabbit hole because it's all the same crypto wallet doing this stuff. That is betting on who Trump is going to pardon on Kalshi weeks before it happens. That is shorting stocks and crypto exchanges right before Trump announces a tariff that is for sure going to crash those markets. And again, like it can't just be some random person. These
Liberation Day?
people-
Is that what you're talking about? The like the April 1st tariffs or whatever?
There was some time of Liberation Day, but this was specifically Trump implementing a tariff on China. I don't know if you know who CoffeeZilla is. He's made like a really in-depth video on this, which goes over the exact timeline. But
CoffeeZilla. I'll have to check him out. Thank
yeah,
you.
he covers like nonpartisan guy covers like cryptocurrency scams and stuff.
That's interesting. I mean, I can't lie. I don't know a ton about like Bitcoin. Like I personally don't invest in Bitcoin. It's too complicated for me, I guess. But like just MAGA in general, I split with them on a ton of stuff because I think there are way too many like racists in MAGA, and I'm personally not a racist. Like
good.
I just don't like to be considered MAGA now because I've kind of realized like how deep like a lot of
unhinged they
this
are.
prejudices go
Yeah.
in MAGA. So that's what I don't like about MAGA. The only reason why I consider myself MAGA before is because I used to agree with Trump, but I've just seen like a lot of hate coming from MAGA, so I just don't like that.
And I mean,
But,
would you also agree that like if you take my word for how I've described these things, that this level of corruption is like way past the red line?
Yeah, no, that's pretty impeachable, honestly.
Okay, dude, I respect people like you who are normal, open-minded people, and you hear the information, you change your mind. I respect that.
Yeah, and of course, this is the first time I'm hearing this, so I'd
Look into it. Don't take my word
like
for
to
it.
do.
Yeah, look into it.
Yeah, like to know research on it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of something that I've liked. I guess the drug boat strikes I've kind of liked. I've heard that some people are saying that it's not legal. But,
I think they're not even smart, and I can explain why.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Why?
If
Go
I
for it.
found if we just take their word for it for a second, let's say first of all, these boats aren't even built in a way that could make it to the U.S. They have a range that is like 1/5 of the distance from Venezuela to the U.S. The one that had
Can't
the double
they
tap.
refuel?
Say it again.
Can't they like
Stop to refuel like halfway.
Yeah.
They could, but the authorization for the use of military force is only applicable for like imminent threat. They'd have to be heading straight to the U.S. You can't use like a.
But aren't they like considered pirate boats since they don't have flags on them and they're in?
I'm just saying that
international
the congressional authorization for military force, which Trump is probably violating by arbitrarily labeling these people terrorists with like no actual due process to label them as such, these boats, the striking of them is legally questionable, specifically because to do drone strikes on someone, instead of just detaining them, there has to be an imminent threat where your only real option is to drone strike them. If you can capture someone, detain them, and again, this is what I'm saying, if these boats are coming here and they're so dangerous, and I was in law enforcement, I would seize the boats and interrogate the people on the boats and then ask them, who are your suppliers? Who are your buyers? What routes do you take? Search their smartphones for their contacts and their geolocation history. Instead, we're blowing up all the evidence. I don't understand it.
Haven't they like been caught like going to like the DR where they would usually refuel? Or
I know that the big one that was like in the news was headed to Suriname.
Suriname? That's not even that's not even close to DR.
Yeah, but that's the double tap strike that everyone's mad at Hexeth about. That one was headed to Suriname specifically. I'm sure other ones were headed to Colombia or whatever else. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, Suriname isn't even close to the U.S., so that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think another one's heading to Trinidad, but that's also not close to the U.S.
Also, I mean, I don't know if
said
you're
they
like
have, what,
an
600
anti-war
miles
guy, but
of coverage?
like Susie Wiles, who's like Trump's campaign head of staff or whatever, literally admitted in an interview yesterday, like the administration's goal is regime change in Venezuela. I'm not a fan of regime change wars. I think we have a very bad history of that.
Yeah. Well, like, can't like the CIA just do that?
Ideally not.
Well, but they've done that before, right?
And
Like,
I've criticized that. Like the Iraq war was a mistake. The Afghanistan war was a mistake. I mean, U.S. regime change in South America has been a mistake. In the Middle East and Iran, it's all been a mistake. It's backfired on the U.S. And on top of that, just been unethical and immoral.
yeah, it's true.
And Trump kind of
I
ran
don't
on like
like
no new
Maduro.
wars.
Like, I would love to see him go.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, it's obviously since he is a dictator, Maduro, and I think that the person that he technically lost to won the Peace Prize, right?
This year?
Yeah, this year.
I don't know.
Like,
The only Peace Prize I
opposition,
kept
or-
up with this year was the world-renowned FIFA Peace Prize that Trump was awarded.
Oh yeah, I remember that, bro.
Yeah.
That shit looked like SNL. That was mad funny.
Yeah.
Well, I swear to God, the person who won the Peace Prize this year was from Venezuela.
Oh, maybe. I don't really follow that stuff, so maybe you're right. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm trying to think though. I just want to make sure, like, because obviously, if people are smuggling boats and drugs into our country, I think they maybe not get
We
blown up. but,
agree. If
like,
anyone is bringing illegal substances into this country, whether or not they're a citizen or something else, I think they should be tried and sentenced. I think we should, broadly speaking, it's preferable to detain people and do investigations than to kill people and destroy evidence. That's my broad opinion.
yeah, that's fair. And like, didn't they know that these boats were already smuggling drugs? Like, they didn't need evidence for it. Didn't they already know that these were headed towards the
Well,
U.S.?
they knew. Allegedly, they know. I mean, I'm taking them at their word, which I think is questionable. I don't really trust these people. But let's say what they're saying is true, and these boats are bringing drugs. The question is, who are their buyers? Who are their suppliers? What other countries are they in? Like, there's so much you can investigate here. Again, you can search their phones. Like, allegedly, again, there's people are saying they didn't know. If we take their word for it, even by their own logic, it would make way more sense to detain these people than to drone strike them. The question I'm more concerned about actually is like, are these strikes even legal? Number one, and then number two, like, to what extent should these people be killed? Like, if this is just like a low-level henchman or something, I don't know if we should be blowing these people up. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about. I guess it's kind of finished.
Do you disagree he's an
I guess-
authoritarian?
In what way?
I think he's infringed significantly on the First Amendment, due process, and states' rights specifically, which are all part of the Constitution. And I'd also point that in 2022 he tweeted, "We need to terminate all rules and articles found in the Constitution." So then when he says that, and then he violates a bunch of constitutional amendments, it's kind of like he's an authoritarian. Yeah, he doesn't even hide it.
Yeah, I know. He definitely like he's impulsive. I guess sometimes one day he's we need to obey the Supreme Court. Another day he's not. That is something I don't like about him. He's kind of inconsistent.
It's a good point you bring that up real quick.
Yeah,
I took notes on this earlier. As of November 2025, hold on, let me find this. Here it is. As of November 2025, there are 26 cases where the Trump administration has not complied with court orders, and there are over 60 cases where the administration has lied to judges and presented misinformation as part of their evidence, which is like
20 what you said? 20?
Over 26 cases where the administration
26.
didn't comply, and then over 60 cases where they lied to judges.
Don't they get fired for that?
They've been called out, and in the case of James Boasberg, there's contempt proceedings happening now against Kristi Noem.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Isn't she the head of the DHS?
Yeah, because James Boasberg, I don't know if you remember when the people were sent to El Salvador under the Alien Enemies Act.
I don't know who that is. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
He's a judge. His name isn't important. Do you remember when there were a bunch of people that were sent to El Salvador under the Alien Enemies Act?
Yeah, CCOT.
Yeah. Those people, they appealed to the court, and the judge, James Boasberg, said, if the planes are in the air, turn them around. If they're still on the tarmac, don't take off. We have to actually figure this out before you send these people over there. I'm putting in a TRO, okay? After the judge gave that order, one of the planes took off despite knowing that order because previously Emile Beauvais, one of Trump's senior DOJ people, said to all the employees, if the courts tell us no, we're going to tell the courts, quote, fuck you. And then Kristi Noem gave the order to these pilots to take off after being given the judge's decision to not to turn around. And now that judge is starting contempt proceedings saying you guys explicitly defied a court order on purpose.
Didn't the Supreme Court pass something like last year that said that the president can ignore those kind of rulings? I'm trying to think of what
the
it was.
president has. This was an unhinged, insane ruling. The president has full criminal immunity for anything that's done with presidential powers. But what this would be is holding people like Kristi Noem and Emile Beauvais in criminal contempt. Now, it's true, Trump could pardon them there, which is kind of sucky, but I would say, number one, you're correct that Trump can't be found criminally guilty if anything he does in office. Number two, I would say, though, that was one of the worst Supreme Court decisions of all time.
He should be held accountable if he breaks the law.
And actually, interesting point about that. You know who Amy Coney Barrett is?
Shoot, the name sounds so
She
familiar.
was appointed to the Supreme Court by Trump in his first term. She ruled in
right.
She ruled in favor of giving Trump immunity in that decision, but then in that same decision, she admits at the end of the decision that this ruling legalizes bribery for the president. And she gives a specific example where she says, okay, if the president is criminally immune for all uses of presidential power, then someone could bribe the president to appoint someone specific as Secretary of State, and you could never take the president to court because appointing and nominating secretaries of state is an official power of the president.
So why'd she vote for it then? or why'd she say yes to it?
It's a great question. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Shoot, yeah, I guess so. I mean, when you say he's an authoritarian, I'm assuming you're probably gonna bring up the National Guard. Fuck.
Yeah, that's one part of it.
I personally, I don't. Besides the governor saying that they don't want them, I kind of bring it back to how the governor of what state was it during the Selma protests said that he didn't want the National Guard.
Oh,
but Eisenhower
was it
sent
Alabama?
it anywhere. Yeah, I think it was Alabama because Selma is in Alabama, right? I think.
Yeah.
I kind of like to bring it back to that because what I saw was ICE was kind of like being attacked by people, and
Okay.
the local police were refusing to help. So Trump was like, okay, well, if the police aren't going to do it, we need to send in the National
I'm
Guard.
glad you brought this
So-
point up. So basically what Trump did is he tried to federalize the National Guard of all these states, like Portland, for example, and then when that got struck down, he tried to bring in the California National Guard into Portland, which is fucking also him trying to defy that order. But what his argument was in court was basically I'm forgetting what law it is, but there's a law that says that when the enforcement of federal law cannot be carried out by existing local law enforcement and existing federal police, in that case of like rebellion or insurrection, then the president can federalize the National Guard against the consent of the governor. This is the argument Trump tried to make in court. Now, one of the pieces of evidence that was submitted by Trump as evidence of rebellion was a flashlight being shined in someone's eyes. And all the examples they gave were sporadic cases of violence, which in most cases were violence between protesters and counter-protesters, not between protesters and ICE. And furthermore, the head of the federal police that was in charge of protecting that Portland ICE facility explicitly said in this court case that we didn't need extra help. We didn't ask for the National Guard. And I was confused when Trump said we needed the National Guard because working with local police, we were able to address the very sparse incidences of violence taking place, which over like 2 weeks, there was like 3 or 4 incidents with like maybe a dozen people total.
Yeah.
So it's just
Based on
exaggeration.
what I heard, like
Sure.
protesters like kind of like surrounded the building, and like the police like purposely
You
didn't
mean in
help
LA
for
or?
45 minutes. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Sure. And again,
Los
I know there's
Angeles.
stories like this in Chicago as well, where the police, where ICE claims the police didn't help us, but then the police also claims like we were busy or we were on our way there, or like ICE was exaggerating or lying about something being the case. When again, there's so many cases, again, over 60 cases, where ICE makes claims in court that like they were attacked, and it ends up just being like an actual lie, like a made up lie. Like one example of this is there was an asylum seeker family that was at an immigration court, and basically the ICE agents showed up and they made the judge drop their case and then randomly just basically snatched her husband away from this family. And the wife is crying and she's begging, please let me go with him at least. And this one ICE agent randomly shoves her to the ground. Like random crying mother, right? And then ICE's response is she attacked the man and he had to defend himself. And it's all on video. She didn't attack anyone.
Huh. Yeah,
So
that's
there's
kind
like
of
a lot
fucked.
of
I
lying
mean,
here.
listen, I mean, I've seen videos online of some of the people like using, like not necessary force. So I mean, I like, I'll concede on that. Like, there are
And
definitely
I'll also
like some like
concede
bad
that
apples that are.
there are cases of violence against ICE, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think we have a legal process for a reason. But the issue is that having incidents of violence is not sufficient. Like, it's not the threshold that you have to meet to federalize the National Guard against the wishes of the governor and then use troops for law enforcement, right? You have to meet a very, very, very high standard to militarize our country in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, shoot. I'm trying to think of the Selma thing again. I think they were deployed because like they thought the police were going to beat up protesters at Selma, but so they brought in the National Guard to defend the protesters.
Sure, and I'm just
Um,
saying, like the scale of protests during the civil rights movement was just so much larger than. And
yeah.
again, this is brought up in the court case in Portland that like some of these protests some nights had like 60 people total, and it was like 3 people arguing somewhere that they labeled as like insurrection.
Yeah.
So the scale matters a lot
Um,
here.
I guess that kind of brings us to mass deportations, right? Because obviously ICE is ramping up that stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, I personally don't mind it. I mean, like, um, sorry, I've heard that ICE is, like not going after as many criminals, but I don't really know a ton about that.
Sure.
But like,
This is true.
obviously,
Basically,
criminals need to get out, but obviously, I don't
when
know everything about
Stephen
it.
Miller came in, he was really upset that ICE wasn't deporting the right number of people. He wanted like way bigger numbers because Trump loves to tout big numbers in press conferences and stuff, right? So Stephen
Yeah.
Miller goes to all the senior ICE leadership and he starts crashing out on them, saying, "Stop wasting all your time making suspect lists for actual public safety threats. Just go to 7-Eleven. Just go to Home Depot. Just find people and lock them up." Basically what he told them, he gave them a quota of 3,000 arrests per day. Now, to meet that quota, anytime you give law enforcement a
Like
quota
across the whole
system,
country.
say it again?
Like across the whole
Yes,
like
3,000
USA,
detentions per day
3,000
by ICE, yeah, in the country.
ICE
nationally.
across the entire country.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which is an insane, unhinged metric, impossible to meet unless you go after the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest people to find. The easiest people to find are the ones who pay taxes, who check in with DHS for their work permits, who show up to immigration court, which this is a new ICE tactic, which is ambushing people at immigration court who have been following all the rules and deporting them regardless of that. They're not even breaking any laws. And then on top of that, what you have is cases, over 170 cases thus far this year, where American citizens have been detained by ICE. And in many cases, they were detained outside Home Depots and 7-Elevens where they were speaking Spanish and they looked brown. In one of the cases, the woman said, "Oh, my name is like Melinda something, I'm a U.S. citizen." And the ICE agent goes, "You don't look like a Melinda to me," and detains her because she's brown, maybe has a Spanish accent or something.
That's fucked.
And again, just to put it in perspective, 170 U.S. citizens being detained in less than a year is so insane because from 2015 to 2020, the total number of U.S. citizens detained by ICE was 120. Over a 5-year
Over-
period.
over 5
Already
years,
almost
yeah.
200 in less than a year.
Dang, so that's pretty unprecedented.
Yeah, it's all because this
remember.
quota system, they don't care about actually going after the dangerous criminals, prioritizing gang members. They're prioritizing marketing. They want to have big numbers for these ICE videos on Twitter.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot about like the fact that Trump doesn't give these people due process. Like
Yeah.
what exactly does he mean by that? Because they need a deportation order to be deported, right? So how could he not have due process?
This is
like,
a great
I don't
point,
know.
right? So a deportation order is typically going to be handed out by an immigration judge. But what the Trump admin's doing under ICE, I kind of touched on this earlier, what ICE will do is they will show up to an immigration court where someone has a scheduled court date, let's say to seek asylum or something, okay?
Yeah.
Then what they do is they reach out to that judge, who, by the way, works for the executive branch. Immigration judges are not actual judges. They work for Pam Bondi. They tell those judges, hey, just drop this case so we can put this person in for expedited removal. When that person's case is dropped, their legal status now is in limbo, right? Because they were in the middle of the judge deciding, do we or do we not grant legal status or a deportation order? Now that court case is thrown out at the behest of the executive branch, and then the person walks out of the courtroom confused what's going on, and then ICE is waiting for them there, and then ICE says, we're putting you in for expedited removal. Now, expedited removal is not supposed to apply to these types of people who are seeking asylum or Convention Against Torture or withholding of removal. So, in effect, their due process is being stolen from them. And there was one case where I believe a judge found the Trump administration was guilty of violating someone's rights to call a lawyer, where someone was seeking Convention Against Torture protections in the United States, and they were asking to speak to a lawyer, and the ICE agents that detained that person, they lied to the court and said this person said they don't want to seek asylum. They don't want to seek Convention Against Torture. And the guy went to court and said, no, I'm genuinely trying to seek Convention Against Torture. And then the judge ruled that ICE was violating, I'm forgetting which amendment it is, that allows you to have representation. But there's so many cases
Isn't
here.
that Fourth Amendment or
I think Fourth Amendment is due process.
Fifth?
Um,
I think it's Fourth and Fifth. I think those are both in the same like kind of
maybe
field.
it was sixth or seventh, but whatever it is that allows someone to have legal counsel, that was being violated. Sixth. There we go.
Sixth.
In these cases, in some cases, the Fourth Amendment as well, but those are still being adjudicated. So
Okay. I've also one thing I split with Trump on is sometimes where he decides to deport these people. Like, I heard someone was deported to like South Sudan or something,
yeah,
which made no sense to me because, well, first of all, if you look up South Sudan, they're like literally like the worst country in the world by like human development and everything. But like also, why go out of your way to deport them to Africa when like they're clearly not from Africa? Well,
I'll tell you why. The point.
maybe they are, but
the
like,
point is that
but why
it's,
spend all this money?
the point is that it's cruel. That's
Just-
the point is that it's cruel, and then they get to go on Twitter and say, we're showing these dirty illegals who's boss and sending them over here to suffer.
Isn't that a human rights violation?
I agree. And again, you know Kilmar Abrego Garcia?
Yeah.
And you
He
know
was
how
the
he
guy
kind
who,
of embarrassed the administration eventually that he came back and everything?
He's back? I
Yeah,
thought he was.
he came back.
Oh, how?
So basically, the Supreme Court first told them, you have to facilitate his return because the Supreme Court said this guy did not get due process. He specifically had a withholding of removal order to not be sent specifically where you sent him. And then the Trump admin said, well, the Supreme Court can't compel me to bring him back because anything that's not on U.S. territory is foreign policy, and foreign policy is not under the purview of the courts. Eventually, they keep getting backlash, so they come up with this thing where he's indicted for human trafficking. And if you read the indictment, it's like 3 pages long, and it's like, we pulled this guy over on a traffic stop, and there was someone suspicious in the back of his car. It was a complete bullshit indictment. And then that ended up falling flat on its face as well, and the Trump administration was so embarrassed by Kilmar Abrego Garcia constantly exposing him as being bullshit that they threatened to send him to Eswatini and Liberia.
I can't even lie. I don't even know where those are.
I don't think
But
he
I,
did either, and also Uganda as well. Like, to Mahmoud Khalil, they threatened him as well. Anytime an immigrant pisses off the Trump
It's,
administration, they take a dart and they throw it at the continent of Africa, and wherever it lands, that's where they send that person.
Who is who'd you say? Mahmoud?
Mahmoud Khalil, this is the person who's another
Yeah.
example of authoritarianism. This person was arrested for expressing an opinion.
What? Wait, where? What happened? I'm sorry, I've heard this
He
name.
was at Columbia doing graduate education. He was a green card holder, so, a lawful permanent resident of the United States. He expressed pro-Palestinian, anti-Israeli political opinions, and as a result of that, he wasn't accused of any crimes, wasn't accused of any misconduct. He was just accused of undermining U.S. foreign policy goals in the Middle East. And he came home with his pregnant wife to their apartment, and he was ambushed by DHS agents who, without explaining anything, put him in handcuffs and dragged him away from his wife, and he missed the birth of his firstborn child, sitting in detention for expressing an opinion. It was so egregious that a Ronald Reagan appointed conservative judge said this is a full-throated assault on the First Amendment, and the Trump administration is purposefully trying to chill political speech and strike fear into pro-Palestinian non-citizens. A conservative
Wait,
judge
I think
said
I heard
this.
something about him like throwing rocks or something.
He
I'm
was
trying to
not he
think
was
of-
not accused of or charged with any crime.
Shoot, wait, but I mean, in that whole crowd, there has to be hundreds of people who were speaking out against that. So, like,
And
why
Mahmoud
him?
Khalil's job was facilitating negotiation between the protesters and the college admin. So that's like the most peaceful position there could be in that situation.
So he was selected because he was trying to negotiate, or
No, he was selected for deportation because he expressed pro-Palestinian views, and he was one of many. Ramesa Ozturk, people on student visas were targeted as well, and the judge said, hey, First Amendment doesn't just apply to citizens. Anyone who's here legally gets the First Amendment.
why do you think that they like plucked him out of the crowd? Though is what I'm asking. Like,
Why
why him?
Mahmoud Khalil?
Is there? Yeah.
According to the judge, it was to strike fear into people and chill speech. They wanted to make an example of him.
Oh, damn, that's kind of fucked.
That's what I'm saying is like a lot of what this administration does is performative cruelty.
Yeah. The Africa stuff is really fucked up. Like, I can't even lie. And it's just a waste of resources, honestly. 'cause, like,
Exactly. I agree.
sending those planes all the way, what is that, thousands of miles away?
Yep.
That's pretty fucked.
Especially if it's like one at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, if one at a time. What, you're bringing like a whole like C-15 Galaxy to Sudan just for one person?
It's like, was Kamala
how
Harris's
they even
laugh
get into
that bad
like,
that
that
this is
airspace
better?
is beyond me. Fuck, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look at your prompts here. Sorry.
Sure, you're good.
Democrats are better for the economy. I guess, yeah, sure. How? I'm just no, I hate to keep saying how, but
No, I appreciate how open-minded and honest you are in this conversation. This is how conversation should be in this country, honestly, instead of people just yelling at each other.
I'm not a yeller. I can't do
Sure,
that shit.
remind me of your question.
Why are Democrats better for the economy?
There's a whole host of reasons. Number one, they want to raise taxes on the wealthy, which helps bring down our deficit a little bit and pay for important social programs. They want to expand access to healthcare, which is good for the economy, good for the American people. They want to expand access to universal child care, tax credits for first-time home buyers, for people with children. They have a more working class, middle class centered economic policy, which is also fiscally responsible in that it actually pays for the things that it wants to do. Whereas the Trump strategy is let's cut taxes and raise spending at the same time.
Yeah. I did kind of see what the what was it called? The Big Beautiful Bill. I didn't really like that, but I just say, like Democrats, based on what I've seen, is basically, like, they're bigger government, but also higher taxes. Like, I personally don't believe in higher taxes. Like, I think that the tax rate should be pretty low, and
Here's the thing.
obviously that's where I part with Democrats. But yeah.
Do you know the 2017 tax cut that Trump did and the Big Beautiful Bill basically made it permanent?
Yeah, for what, like
Yeah, so that basically Kamala Harris ran on keeping all those tax cuts in place for anyone making under $400,000 in income. The only tax rate she wanted to raise from the tax cut that Trump did was the ones on the wealthy, the corporate tax rate and income over 400,000.
Yeah. Okay. That's not bad.
Middle class and working class get to keep their tax cuts. And Kamala was also in favor of stuff like no tax on tips and all this bullshit.
Wasn't that tax cut like not really a lot though? Like,
The Trump tax cut? Yeah, it wasn't.
yeah.
Yeah. The bulk of that tax cut was for the wealthy, right? So she was going to reverse the bulk of that, which would have brought in, I believe, $4 trillion of revenue over the next 10 years.
What would we even do with that though?
We would
what's the
have
point of-
less of a deficit every single year, right? Which is better for people's trust in our bond market. We would have, ideally, we could put that money to use in ways that are productive for our GDP. So like things like giving people health care or child care or a tax credit for having children, that actually boosts our GDP. When people are not stressing about paying a deductible or paying for child care, they have way more mental bandwidth and psychological bandwidth to actually be productive members of their communities and labor force.
Yeah. All right, that's fair.
She also wanted
mean,
to expand the small business tax credit to $50,000, which would be massive.
the what? The small business tax credit?
Yeah.
Okay, so she would have used that $4 trillion to distribute to small businesses, kind of.
Sure, I mean, that's like one of
Or
many
like
things she
some
would
of
have
it,
done.
some of
Sure.
it, some of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess not to split topic here, but the Ukraine situation and Gaza situation. Obviously, I think that both parties are too tied up in foreign politics. The whole like sending $400 billion to Ukraine, and sending $100 billion to Gaza, to blow up kids. Or sorry, I probably can't say that.
Sure.
But I just think we're too involved in foreign politics. Both Democrats.
So
both
when it
sides.
comes to
So,
our military aid to Israel, I agree with you 1,000,000%. We shouldn't be giving them aid. We should be sanctioning them for their human rights abuses. When it comes to Israel, though, I think there is a much stronger argument to be made that we should be backing Israel and not doing what Trump is doing here, where he's kind of letting Russia dictate everything. I don't know if you saw the leaked call with Steve Witkoff. It was pretty bad.
who's Steve Witkoff? I
Steve
apologize.
Witkoff is one of Trump's emissaries who Trump sends to other countries to like negotiate deals for him. He played a big role in the Gaza ceasefire and in the Ukraine negotiations as well. And there was a leaked phone call between Steve Witkoff and a Russian diplomat where Steve Witkoff is telling him, hey, if you want Trump to be receptive to Putin's peace plan, make sure Putin opens up by praising Trump's success in the second term. He basically was teaching the guy how to flatter Trump and manipulate him. And he works for Trump. And then in return, they released this 28-point peace plan, which was literally written by the Russians.
What do they want in the peace plan?
They want not just freezing the current lines of control. I think they want all of Donetsk. Like basically, all of their territorial asks are going to be granted.
Damn. Wait, so they control like 20% of Ukraine right now or something?
I don't know what the exact number is, yeah, but some significant portion of it, yeah.
I mean, I personally think it's worth it that Ukraine probably just listen, I hate to say this, obviously Ukraine deserves all their land, but in the situation that they're in, I think that they need to lay it down and just work on improving their country right now. It obviously sucks. I hate Russia just as much as you do probably, but I think right now both sides are losing way too many men, and I think that the best option for both sides. And I get it that Putin isn't a very peaceful man, but I think what both sides need to do is obviously just lay off.
Here's the thing: number one, I agree that probably certain land Ukraine just logistically can. Crimea, I wish they could get it back. They're probably not going to get Crimea back, and there probably is some land that's been taken since 2022 that it's just logistically hard to get back. What Ukraine has been asking for in this process is listen, if we say fine, we're going to part ways with this land, we need very robust security guarantees that Russia's not just going to spend the next 5 years rebuilding their military, rebuilding their economy, and then invading again stronger than ever a few years down the line when Trump's not even in office anymore, right? They want actual protection, saying, okay, if we make these concessions, let us join NATO. Let us have some kind of security guarantee. And Trump is such a bumbling idiot. You saw he met Putin in Alaska, right?
Yeah.
After that meeting, Trump goes on Fox and Friends the next morning and he says, I spoke to Putin and Putin is willing for the West to give Ukraine, quote, NATO-style security guarantees with Western European troops on the ground in Ukraine to defend them. I'm watching this thinking, whoa, did Trump just solve the conflict? 30 minutes later, the Russian Foreign Ministry releases a statement saying, we would never allow this.
Wait, so where was he getting that information from?
I think what happens is Putin is just kind of glazes him and says, oh yeah, we'll fix everything. We'll agree to anything. And they just kind of keep him pacified that way.
Huh.
And then no change comes.
Based on what I've seen, Russia invading Ukraine obviously wasn't good because I think, what was it, Sweden joined NATO or something? So now they have more border with NATO.
Which is proof that Ukraine should also be in NATO, because when you see NATO countries, Russia doesn't invade those countries. They only invade the only countries in that region that Russia really messes with are Belarus and Ukraine, neither of which are in NATO. I think it's Belarus that I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Well, Belarus is a Russian puppet state, though, right?
Right, and I'm saying the reason it can be a Russian puppet state and the reason that they can then invade Ukraine is because these are the two of their bordering countries that aren't in NATO. But the bordering countries that are in NATO are not touched by Russia for a reason.
Yeah, they've also messed with Georgia, right?
Yeah,
and everything.
I think it was 2007 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Russia needs to go, obviously, but I mean, right now, I mean, it is such a difficult situation. But I think that Ukraine does need to almost just lay it down, get something with Russia done right now, because obviously, neither side can keep this up. Russia's economy is collapsing, Ukraine's population is collapsing. No one can keep this up, so something has to break.
I agree, eventually. And I believe the polling out of Ukraine shows that most of them want to reach some kind of settlement. They don't want to keep fighting anymore, and I wouldn't want to force them to keep fighting if they don't want to do that. The question is, if we freeze the current lines, is that just an opportunity for Russia to again, recoup their losses, rebuild their economy, rebuild their military with this expanded economic partnership with the US, and then use all that money to buy better weapons, better tanks, better everything, and then just reinvade Ukraine a few years down the line. The real question here isn't even so much about where do you draw the lines of territory, it's does Ukraine get actual security guarantees that Russia will not do this again? I think if they
I would
get
like
those
to
guarantees,
see-
they will forfeit land.
I would like to see Ukraine join NATO. I guess, like if they do that, because NATO's obviously the most powerful alliance in the world, right? So,
Or something even similar to NATO, at least, yeah.
yeah, definitely. That'd be good, but obviously Russia would never let that happen. But I know that like Ukraine gave up their nukes or something, and therefore we had to protect them, or something like that.
This was,
that I
I
read.
think, the Budapest Memorandum. Yeah, after the Soviet Union fell, Ukraine, I mean, they didn't actually have the launch codes or buttons for the nukes, but they gave up their nuclear weapons in exchange for like an agreement that they would get to maintain their sovereignty. The issue with a lot of these agreements, though, is they're not binding. It's like one leader of a country says, "You have my word," and then it's like, what does that even mean? They can just invade you next year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I personally haven't read the that treaty, but
Yeah, there's a lot of
Um,
details there, which it's hard to keep track of everything.
shoot. Well, I guess we've gone over all the prompts now. Thank you for keeping. I'm sorry, I'm asking you so many questions. I'm
No,
trying to
I
just
appreciate
be
that you're
better
actually
educated in general.
open-minded. I wish more Americans were like you.
Yeah, I just want to. You know what? I mean, obviously, this may sound kind of cliche, but obviously, I just think we all need to read a little bit more.
I totally agree.
We all need to
I totally agree.
read a little bit more. Shoot, I'm trying to think of anything else there's to talk about. I guess tariffs in general. I think tariffs can be good. I don't like the blanket tariffs. Obviously, those can be
Yeah,
harmful.
and the
anyways, but-
current tariffs that Trump has implemented have been so bad for the economy, where actually the trend you're seeing right now with inflation is disinflation. The especially with services, we're seeing disinflation. The rate of inflation is going down. The only area where inflation is ticking back up is goods because of the tariffs, right? So everywhere where the economy is doing well, it's doing well despite Trump, not because of Trump. And the areas of the economy where Trump has the most influence are the areas that are doing the worst.
Yeah. The stock market is doing pretty good right now, but besides
Sure,
that,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but obviously the stock market is destined to go up because of inflation.
Exactly.
So
And like the
yeah,
average American is not going to
obviously.
be experiencing that in any real way.
I'm also kind of concerned for the bubble that we're kind of in right now.
With AI?
That could with AI, but that could be bad. But
A lot of
We'll
our
see.
GDP right now, like a very large amount of our GDP right now, because we're seeing, GDP growth, that number is coming from two real things. Number one is that our imports are way down because tariffs just decrease imports. And when you have less imports, it boosts GDP. That's part of the equation. The other thing is a lot of our investment in this country is all into AI. And again, someone saying AI is real. I think it's real, but I'm very concerned I'm forgetting what the number is. A very large portion of our GDP increase is coming exclusively from AI investment, which is like a little bit like, why are all of our eggs in one basket here?
and plus they're like losing money on it too, right? Like
Yeah,
all those
ChatGPT
costs,
had
I
some
think they're
weird
losing.
thing where they were like, Sam Altman was talking about we're going to spend this much money. And this one guy was like, this amount of money is like 10 times worth your market cap. Where are you going to get this money from? And then Sam
Yeah.
Altman started crashing out on him. But yeah, I mean, AI is the future, but I don't think it's worthy of all what we're seeing right now.
It's the future, but not in the way that it's going right now. Like based
Yeah.
on what I've seen, like just like replacing art and like how creativity, like that shit kind of depresses me.
I think
Like I
AI
would rather
is,
it be used for
yeah.
like medical purposes.
Exactly. And AI is
Yeah.
useful as a tool, not as a substitute, right? So like, for example, if I'm researching
Yeah,
something,
exactly.
I can ask AI, can you find me the most reputable studies from universities on the effect of the tax increase between 2020 and 2025, and it'll find me all the PDFs for those studies, right? So using AI as a search tool or as a tool to actually bolster your own ability is fine. But the real worry right now is we have AI videos that look like real life. I've seen multiple AI videos go
That shit's scary as
viral,
fuck.
and people think it's real. There was a video of this preacher, and Democrats they ate this video up, saying the real minority you have to fight is the billionaires, and like saying all these like left-wing talking points. This preacher screaming. It's a Sora video, and it has like 1 million likes, and all the comments are saying, I wish more Christians were like this. This priest is standing up for America. And it's like, we're cooked.
To be honest with you, like people making those videos doesn't even make sense to me because you're gonna get exposed eventually that it's AI, and it doesn't ever help your cause. So I don't know what like the point is of doing that because
I
like
think right
people
now
are
it
gonna
gets
find out it's
exposed.
AI.
Right now
Like-
it gets exposed, but I think a year from now, it gets to a point where it's like indistinguishable.
Yeah,
That's
there's
the
definitely
scary
going to be a lot of frustration around that because once it becomes indistinguishable, we're cooked.
And for an
honestly.
administration like the Trump administration, which has built so much of its power on like lying about reality, the fact that they're fighting so hard against AI regulation makes me suspicious of what the fuck they're planning to do with AI.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a little bit more of a conspiracy theory, but yeah.
I don't
mean,
think it's.
that
I
is
think if
definitely
you look at the pattern of behavior and intent that they've displayed, where they lie about reality, they make things up. They make up. There's a riot happening here. There's ballots being stuffed and changed here. Like, do we really think that MAGA is above making AI videos of the election being stolen next year?
no one's above it. 'Cause,
Right,
like,
and
both sides
all
do
it takes
as you
is
said,
is
like
one MAGA Twitter account to post that video, and then Elon Musk quote tweets it and says, this is interesting. That's all it takes. And the next day, Trump's gonna have Pam Bondi on that shit.
Yeah, no, shoot. No, I mean, yeah, like that shit needs to be like regulated fast. Like I think we need like watermarks for real videos and
Yeah,
fake videos.
I agree.
And Sora does currently have those, but those can be removed
There
and
needs
cropped
to be
out.
digital watermarks that like can actually be seen in the file itself.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Don't want to take up too much of your time.
No worries.
Obviously. But thank you so much for having me, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I dragged you down a little bit there. I just wanted to,
No need to
be in touch
apologize.
with.
I
Be in
enjoyed the
touch with current
conversation.
events. But yeah, thank you so much, man. I
Yep.
appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Isn't it nice when people are just normal people? See, I don't have to be mean. If you're a normal person who is willing to hear evidence out and think in real time, I have nothing against you. If you guys are enjoying the live, make sure you're double tapping the screen. Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo are all in the link tree in my bio, and I am also live right now on YouTube as well. I think I recognize this guy. Hey, is this who I think it is? Did we talk like a while ago?
I haven't been up on your live yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm mixing you up with a different Charlie Kirk profile picture. Never mind.
it's okay, man.
So, do you disagree with any of the prompts above me?
I disagree with almost all of them. Yeah,
You want to just go in order?
actually, I disagree with all. Sure. I want to start with the economy
Why don't you want to start with Trump is corrupt?
because I'd rather start with the economy. I know more about the economy, dude.
Okay,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, my prices are lower because of the tariffs and because of Trump's administration.
That's just not true.
I'm paying less for goods, dude.
I'm talking about the actual data on this. It's funny. We're seeing across the economy that the macro trend right now is disinflation, meaning the rate of inflation is falling. The only place where that's not true is goods because of the tariffs. Services are getting cheaper, this is true, and the macroeconomic outlook is supposed to be trending towards disinflation. The only place that's not true is the tariffs because those tariffs are being passed on to importers and consumers. And you can just look up services inflation versus goods inflation. Services inflation is like this, goods inflation is like this. Why would those be out of sync? The tariffs.
It's just shit like that happens every once in a while. Prices go up and down. It's not Trump's fault.
No, but the hold on, do you know what a tariff is?
Yeah, it's a tax on the foreign country that's giving us our stuff to make us more money.
Who pays the tax?
Them.
No.
Yeah, that's why we make more money, and that's why it's helping our economy.
No, the importer pays the tax when they accept the shipment.
Then why are the prices lower?
They're I just told you they're not. I can literally pull up.
Okay, dude, I'll
Yeah.
humor you for a second. Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I'll humor your little idea. Let's say we do pay the tax.
Yeah.
Why would he add it then? Why would he do tariffs?
Because he's a fucking dumbass. Like, yeah, surprise.
He's not a-
Surprise, he's stupid.
Hey, dude, he's a billionaire. He's not done with money. He knows what he's doing.
Being a billionaire means you can't be a dumbass?
With money, yeah. How else would he be a billionaire?
So if I pointed you to like a dumbass left-wing billionaire, you'd say that they're actually totally fine?
No, not with. I mean, they're still stupid, but like with money, clearly they know a little bit.
Dude, Trump managed to bankrupt a casino. He made his money from licensing his name to hotels he didn't even own. His only
Dude, a
success has been
casino is hard
marketing.
to. Dude, it ain't hard to bankrupt a casino. I mean, yeah.
Do you know what the profit margin of casinos on average is?
I don't know, probably middle of the road.
Bro, I don't know why you think a casino is easy to bankrupt.
Because what if a bunch of really good people come in and actually make a bunch of money?
Oh, are you trolling?
Well, I'm just saying, like, what if they actually know, like, because casinos are kind of like
The
a
average
game, right?
casino net profit margin is 24%, bro. And you're saying that it's just super easy to go bankrupt with
It's not. Hey, I didn't say super easy. I just said, I mean, it's doable.
This is true. Trump finds a way to bring failure into everything. He finds a way. So it is doable to bankrupt a casino. Trump is
Our
really
country's literally
pushing the
gonna enter a
frontier
golden
on
age.
failure.
It's not, dude. We're not gonna fail as long as we have an actual competent person, unlike Joe Biden.
I agree, but
We
we,
were
don't have a
struggling.
competent person. That's the issue.
We didn't for the past 4 years. Yeah, That's why we were struggling as a nation.
It doesn't even matter what Biden was. He's not president. Trump is incompetent. He's a dumbass. And he's way
not,
more
though.
incompetent than Biden ever was.
Biden literally fell asleep on the job, dude.
Trump also fell asleep on the job last week, and he couldn't even say the words Fed chair properly. He was asked about Jerome Powell, and he said, quote, "We have a dead head Fed hair." He can't even say Fed chair, dude. His brain is melting. He makes Biden look like Albert Einstein.
It's more justifiable for Trump, though, because he's actually working hard, unlike Biden was just doing who knows.
Trump is not working hard, bro. He just goes
He is.
to photo ops and people glaze him and give him a shiny thing, and then he says, "Oh, look at me, I'm saving America." He goes and negotiates with people, and they dog walk him.
Oh, no, they don't.
They do.
Who?
Dude, he went to the EU and he said, I secured $600 billion as a down payment from the EU. It's money that can be spent on anything the US wants. And in return,
yeah.
I'm lowering the tariff. That was just fake. That was the government or the negotiators of the EU said, in an ideal scenario, we would like our private companies to maybe invest $600 billion over the next 10 years. And when you actually ask the heads of those companies, they're like, there's no binding agreement here. This is just like thoughts and prayers for investment. And Trump thinks he's secured some big win because he got a shiny golden trophy and someone told him, "Sir, we're going to give you gazillions of dollars in investment." They're dog walking him. He gets no actual concessions. The things that Trump wins in negotiations are gold medals and plaques and photo ops.
No, he doesn't win gold medals and shit like that, like you just said.
Yes,
he
he
makes
does.
deals for the greater good of our country that help out the average man. Dude,
You're just wrong. I don't know what you want me to say here, dude. He got the FIFA Peace Prize. He got the
he deserves it.
the plaque from Apple, the 24 karat gold plaque from Apple. Oh, sir, you're such a strong man, sir. You're such a good president.
Yeah.
Dude, these people treat him like a toddler.
He's not a toddler. All those prizes he deserves because he's actually trying to stop wars, and he's the peace
This
president.
man is like 4 times my age, and he's genuinely concerned about winning shiny golden prizes and plaques. He has one
not
brain
actually-
cell left. Like,
That's
what
just-
are we saying?
That's just a cause when you're actually good at stuff. Yeah, people want to award you. That's not his goal.
People give him prizes to keep him pacified and docile and happy.
They give him prizes because he's good at what he does.
Where?
When he
All of the trade deals he's secured, none of them are binding. It's all just some country's leader saying, "Oh, we're going to give you guys a gazillion dollars. Trust us. You're the best president ever. Here's the gold coin." And then he comes back and says, "They promised us 10 trillion billion gazillion dollars, and to prove how serious they are, they gave me the shiny golden plaque. America's winning again." And what did we actually get of substance? Nothing. All that happened is he disrupted the global economy with the tariffs.
I don't think he disrupted it. He helped it.
Dude, no, the tariffs amount to like a over $1,000 average increase in taxes for the average American.
But he's making up for it.
With
I don't know.
with higher prices on goods?
They're not higher.
They are.
I'm paying less, dude.
I don't know who you are. I don't know where you live. I don't care how much you
live in
specifically are
Idaho.
paying. I'm looking at macroeconomic data.
Okay, can we switch the subject?
Sure, you want to talk about corruption now?
No, not really.
Why not?
Because I want to do another subject first.
Is this guy a troll?
I want to do the Trump as an authoritarian.
Sure. Are you trolling me?
By trolling you?
Yes.
No.
Because I feel like I've seen you on Parker and Dean's lives, and you were actually like in the trenches arguing.
Yeah, I've debated them before.
Are you the guy who hopped on with me and Parker like last week?
Maybe.
And then
I think
you
so.
brought on your friend for a 2v2?
Yeah, that was me actually. Yeah.
Oh, you're not a troll. What the fuck? Wait. Okay. Why do you not want to talk about Trump's corruption, dude? I think it's one of the biggest issues of the presidency. Unless you want to concede that one, we can move on.
I don't want to concede that one. I just want to talk about a different one first.
Why?
I know more about the authoritarian tit.
Okay,
Trump
fine.
is an authoritarian.
Fine. We'll do authoritarianism. You happy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Why do you think he's not an authoritarian?
Authoritarian is like a dictator, right?
I would say like someone who abuses power. In
Okay, how does he do it?
In a systemic way. By
How
defying
does he do it,
courts,
then?
by defying congressional appropriations, by threatening his opponents with jail and death, by trying to militarize our cities,
He's not military. Why don't I see the military in my city then if he's trying to do that? I
because
see a bunch of videos. I don't see
judges
it.
have said, hey, this is unconstitutional.
He has more power over the judges, dude. He doesn't have to listen to them.
What do you mean more? You know we have 3 branches of government, right?
I do now, yeah.
You're definitely trolling, dude.
There's judicial, executive, and legislative.
Yep.
Yeah. Where's the judges?
Judicial. And they
Okay,
have to,
Trump's
they
one of
all
those-
keep each other in check, right? The courts check the president. So if Trump does something
I mean,
illegal, the
sure.
courts are supposed to say, hey, that's illegal.
I mean, I don't think it's illegal if he's. I don't know, dude. All I know is that I don't think he's militarizing the military into our cities.
In Portland, he claimed that there was an insurrection and a rebellion, and he had to send in the troops. And one of the pieces of evidence he gave for that rebellion is that someone had a flashlight shined in their eye. Does that sound like grounds to bring in the National Guard?
It's bad, but I don't know what the National Guard.
That's what I mean by militarizing our cities.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, you don't want a flashlight shining in your eyes, dude.
Yeah, but
obviously,
it's not exactly what we think of when we think of like rebellion or insurrection, right?
how much is it? I mean, wait, sorry. Who got a flashlight in their eye? Who was it?
A counter protester in favor of ICE had a light shined in their eye from an anti-ICE protester.
I mean, that's violence. I don't agree with violence.
I don't know that that's violence, but regardless, is that grounds to bring in the National Guard?
I mean, I don't.
If you don't want to talk about this, like, and you still don't think he's an authoritarian, why is bro threatening like death and jail to all his political opponents?
He's not threatening it,
He's not.
dude. He's the president. If he actually wanted to do it, he would.
He did try. He did, and he failed because he's an incompetent authoritarian.
He's not incompetent, nor is he an authoritarian.
What exactly did he try to do to Letitia James and James Comey then? If he's not trying to put
I don't know who those are.
They're people that were politically prosecuted by Trump's DOJ.
I don't know. Maybe they did something illegal, so they got prosecuted.
They
Whoa,
didn't.
big,
The
big whoop.
cases were laughed out of court for being a joke.
There are cases, yeah, they probably were laughed out of court.
The DOJ's cases.
I mean,
Just
I don't
admit
know,
you're a
dude.
troll. Just admit you're a troll. You've been in character.
I'm not a troll.
Doesn't he get tired being in character for this long?
I'm not in a character, dude.
Okay.
You want to change the topic, like a different one? Mass deportations.
You really don't
If
want
we
to
could
talk
do-
about corruption?
I want to save that one for last.
I feel like you're just gonna leave the live before we talk about corruption.
No, I'm not.
You want to go get your other friend to join so you guys can do a 2v1 maybe? That'll help.
I'll telegram him.
Okay. What is going on today, bro? If you guys are enjoying the live, make sure you keep double tapping the screen, follow up above. Let's try to hit 30k likes at least. And if you want to support the Antifa Super Soldier Fund, links are in my bio. Okay. Do you think Trump is corrupt?
Okay, dude, I sent it to him. No, I don't.
Why not?
What has he done that's corrupt? He's just working. He works his ass off for our country.
Selling pardons for $2 billion?
He doesn't do that.
He did do that.
To who?
He pardoned Binance founder CZ for $2 billion.
He probably didn't pardon him for the money.
It's pretty clear he did.
Who got the money? The country? Because if it,
The Trumps and the Witkoffs. They own World Liberty Financial. They launched a stable coin called USD1, which absolutely no one fucking used. And then this rich guy from Abu Dhabi says, we're going to use Trump's coin, which no one fucking uses at all, to facilitate a $2 billion investment into Binance. And then the Trump administration turned around and gave that guy from Abu Dhabi access to AI chips, which are extremely rare, and now could be sold to China. So he also endangered our national security in the process. I'm confused because I feel like this guy's friend is like a true believer, but this guy is definitely trolling. So now I'm like not really sure what's going on.
we're both believers.
I know he is. He was getting pretty upset at me at Parker that day. But you're the guy he brought in after, right?
What do you mean after?
Like, were you the second guy who was brought in to make it a 2v2?
No, I brought him in.
That was you? This
Yeah.
is just not the same energy you had that night.
I mean, you're not pissing me off that much.
I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm just trying to show that you're completely incorrect, and it seems like you're aware of that.
I'm not aware of that.
Brock and Gage. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, that's my debate buddy's name, Brock. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
We debate together.
you haven't really addressed anything I've said. So I don't really know what we're doing here.
The corrupt thing with the like AI chips and the getting them out of
crypto.
jail.
Yeah. There's more.
I don't know.
There's more. There's
I don't know what you
insider.
want me to say.
There's insider trading where people are shorting Bitcoin to the tune of tens of millions of dollars right
Sure,
before
that
right before Trump posts a tweet, which would tank the price of Bitcoin, like literally 60 seconds before that happens. And that same crypto wallet that did that also bet money that he would pardon CZ before he pardoned CZ. It's insider
That's
trading.
called a prediction. That's called a prediction, dipshit.
That's called a prediction.
Yeah.
It's called insider trading. I've never heard that called a prediction, but
If you knew,
I love this defense. How do you plead to insider trading? I was just predicting it by asking the people involved what was going to happen so I could profit.
he didn't ask anyone. He just. It's called. Hey, dude. When you've been in this scene as long as that guy probably has, I mean, yeah, you just get really good at it.
Where you're perfectly timing all of your buys and sells within 1 minute of every single thing that Trump posts on Truth Social multiple times.
Okay, I doubt it was that hard. Like I doubt it was just like you're exaggerating it. I think.
Nope, they turned like $70 million into almost $200 million from doing this.
Let's take two.
And that same crypto wallet has been betting on people that Trump would pardon way before they're pardoned, and the actual Cauchy probability is like under 50%. So.
Okay, dude. Okay, I'm gonna humor your beliefs again. Who cares?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's say that's true.
Oh my God.
I'm still gonna support him because he's helping our country. He's for people like me.
I agree that he's for people like you. I don't think he's helping the country. But based on this conversation, I can definitely say he is for people like you.
For people, what do you mean? I mean, yeah, he's for the average guy.
People who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I know more than you.
Clearly not about politics. Maybe something else. Are you into like graphic design or something? Because here it's been.
No, I'm more into the Bible.
embarrassing.
Well, normally I debate with my buddy Brock,
Yeah.
and he's kind of the politics guy. He
Sure.
knows more about like policies.
Okay.
I know more about the Bible and stuff like that, and like
Okay.
Christianity and theological debates.
Okay.
So I still know a good bit about politics, though.
I love to hear it.
I've been talking to you about him. You've been hearing it.
No. We got 4 guest requests. We got TikTok profile, Stut on Magnus 26, American Advocate, and Jazz. Are all of you people who want to debate, or? Again, if you're enjoying the live, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. Make sure you're following up above. I'm also live on YouTube as well, and the Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo are all in the link tree in my bio. Okay. Hey, Aldi.
What's up? 22.
Okay. Do you disagree with the prompts on the screen?
I disagree with the third one.
Only the third one?
Well, the most strongly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Why do you disagree?
Because I actually think, like, border security is actually pretty important. I think, deporting the, the criminals, I think it's a good thing for a country.
I think that guy is trolling. That voice sounded super familiar. I don't think that guy is legit. Gage says... Okay, Gage. Which one is Brock? I have a few people in my requests.
He just said he texted me on Telegram that he's in. And you were
see
asking for him.
TikTok profile, Yo Mama, Gang Gang, Fufu, American Advocate, and Stut on Magnus 26.
Let me Telegram. Hold on. Give me a...
And Muffin Man.
I telegrammed him. It's not American Advocate.
I
I
know
can
it's
tell you that.
Yeah, I know.
But it's probably just he has like a lot of accounts. His main one is just called Brock though, with the cross as his profile picture.
No one named Brock. I'm guessing he's one of these other people.
I don't know. He just telegrammed me that he's in though. After I told him to come up when I was in
under
here
what
earlier.
name he's in. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's in under Brock.
I see him.
He knows more about like policies and stuff than I do. I'm more of a theological debater.
Awesome.
Hey, what's up, little dipshit? You remember me?
Already angry. How are you doing?
I'm not angry.
It's just not a nice way to start a conversation.
I'm
That's okay.
doing good. How are you doing? How are you doing, buddy?
I was doing fantastic talking
Is
to
it
your
fine
friend
if I
here.
call you buddy?
You can do whatever you want. This guy here was struggling a little bit to defend Trump politically, and I think maybe
No, I wasn't.
you can help him out.
I can help defend him. I'll defend him with most things.
Cool.
Obviously, everyone's no one's perfect. There's something called human error. Have you ever heard of that? Do you want to know what human error is? Do
You're
you want me to
just telling me
explain it
now
to
for
you?
the first time. I've never heard of human error before. This is
Yeah,
mind
well,
blowing.
Guess what? Trump can do it too.
Oh my
So he's
goodness.
not perfect.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you want to go over what me and Brock discussed? We first discussed whether Democrats are better for the economy. He
You
said
and Brock.
Trump.
I mean, I just got here. We haven't discussed anything yet.
Didn't you come
He's
in to help
Gage.
Brock
Oh,
on
okay.
these topics?
I'm Gage. He's Brock, dude.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
our names are like right there.
You
can
came
see
to
them real
help
quick.
Gage debate the topics we were just discussing. He thinks that Trump's had a really good impact on the economy. Do you agree?
Yeah. So for the person in the chat who said you're afraid to take off your shirt, go look at my story right now. I'm literally fucking looking huge in my story, so
Where
I'm not
is
scared to
this
take off
even-
my shirt.
Why is anyone talking about whose shirt is
Someone just commented it said at Brock, you're afraid to take off your shirt. Yeah, go look at my story, you fucking idiot.
on? Okay, so do you think Trump's doing a good job on the economy?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know, maybe because have you heard of something called gas
tariff.
prices going down?
How did Trump cause that?
With
How
his
did Trump
tariffs,
cause-
dude.
Yeah. Something called tariffs, something called signing executive orders to making things happen. I mean, dude, come on. Are you seriously like, I know you're a smart guy. I've seen you on Jubilee on the YouTube before. Did you do that today? Were you a part of that little crew who did it today?
I don't know there was one today, no.
And you probably didn't get invited.
Okay.
You didn't get invited because you probably weren't smart enough. Funny thing,
Usually
actually,
you have
I got
to
an
apply
invitation,
for
but
them,
I
but
turned it down. So
I'm
no,
really
not
proud
really.
of
They
you.
invited me for it. They invited me to
I'm
it, but
very proud of you.
yeah, but I turned it down though because
You're
know
just too
it's
cool
not
for
worth
that.
my time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not worth my time.
Oh,
They
yeah.
basically they wanted it to be a whole bunch of liberals versus one mega smart conservative. So they
Oh,
invited
was
me
it
to be that.
surrounded?
Yeah, I was just surrounded, and I was supposed to be the mega smart conservative for it, but I didn't denied it. I think Jordan Peterson's going for that now instead of me.
Are these guys trolls?
Yeah, well, that was a little troll bit there. I'm not gonna lie. They
Okay.
didn't. They've never invited me to
Yeah,
go to
I knew that.
Jubilee, dude. But
could tell.
if they did, I would probably would turn it down because it is a liberal YouTube channel, and they purposely push out liberal propaganda, and they get the stupidest of the stupidest people, and then they get all these little liberals who just like to talk over people. So yeah, go ahead, speak. I'll let you.
Your argument is that tariffs lowered gas prices?
They did.
How does that work
Yeah.
exactly?
It's a tax on where we get our gasoline from.
Wouldn't that raise
Yeah.
gasoline prices?
No, it costs them more to give it to us. It's a tax on them, but then
Who
the
pays
money
the
goes
tariff?
back to us.
Who pays the tariff?
We talked about this when it was just me and you, dude.
And you
It's
were
the other
wrong.
country. I wasn't wrong.
Brock, do you agree with this? Does the other country pay the tariff?
I mean, it depends on the type of tariff and how it's being put. So
Which
I mean,
type
it
of
depends, I
tariff?
guess.
Maybe I missed this. In what situations can the U.S. government compel exporters from other countries to pay taxes?
Okay, so
With the tariff.
let me explain
Tax
something
on
to you real
imports.
quick since you don't quite understand. So we have other things like oil that we need to ship from other countries, and those countries have been charging us way too much to get it shipped over here, and we're like, hey, you're kind of scamming us. Like we need to have a better deal here. So
Yeah.
we'll sometimes put because
Why
there's
are you
different types of
afraid?
tariffs. I mean, I'll show
Hey.
you right now.
Someone in chat just said you're afraid to take off your shirt, dude. What's up with that?
Why don't you just ignore that? I don't know why that's relevant.
Yeah. How about you? Hey, how about you take off your shirt there, Mr. Adam, and then I'll take off mine. We'll see who's bigger. Okay? How about that? Go ahead.
Are you
Go
okay?
first.
I do not care
Yeah,
to
so
see
there's
you
di-
without your shirt on. I'm trying to understand why you're so wrong about tariffs. You don't need to. I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
to
So
say.
there's a protective tariff, there's a revenue tariff, there's an anti-dumping duty tariff,
And
there's
who
a
pays all of those
ret-
tariffs?
Oh, well, they're all
The
different
other
tariffs.
country.
Yeah. So do you want me to explain to you how they work? Have you ever heard of an eco tariff? It's
No,
basically a
please
tariff
educate
to
us.
equalize environmental.
Brock is not small.
Well, it's basically a tariff that is used to equalize environmental externality costs. Have you ever heard
Externality?
of that before? Yeah, that's called an eco tariff. So
Externality.
basically, yeah. So I'm explaining this
It's
to you since you don't quite
externality.
understand.
It's externality.
So since you don't
It's the
quite
same
understand the
thing.
difference tariffs,
It's
so
externality.
when we have something who has been scamming us, they've been scamming us. Typically, it's mainly the liberals when they get in office, and they're very easily walked all over on. I mean, it's very easy for other countries to walk on these people.
love
The other
except for
countries
we have
love it
people-
when the liberals
Actually,
are in
I'd
office.
love
They-
to
they
actually
love
stick
it.
to one point and debate it. I don't know what's going on here.
We're talking about tariffs, right?
right
I'm trying
now.
to explain it to
Yeah,
you.
and
Like,
you
I'm
need to
trying to explain it to you.
explain who pays tariffs.
It's the other country. We're
Yeah, I'm
talking
trying
about
to
that.
let you know. So when the other country has us at such a horrible price and we want to lower it, we'll put tariffs on and say, hey, if you don't give us this better price, then we're gonna have to start taxing you for some of the things that we've been giving
I
you.
have a super
So-
easy question to address this.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
If the
I'll let you.
other countries absorb the cost of the tariff, then why has the import price index been stable this year?
What?
That doesn't mean anything. I mean, you don't
Who
think that
cares?
It does.
it's not equilibrium.
You can't just use the word equilibrium with no context and act like you know economics. I'm going to ask you again. If the costs aren't being passed on to
do
domestic
you know what
importers,
equilibrium is?
It's too big of a word for him.
can you address my point?
Yeah, well, do you even know what the word equilibrium is?
I don't.
mean,
I really don't fucking care if you don't address my point. So,
Okay, sorry. What's the point again? Jeez, dude, come on.
if the
Pay
country
attention.
that is
Fuck.
sending stuff here is eating the cost of the tariff, as you say, then why haven't we seen a decrease in the import price index, which would actually indicate
Yeah,
that?
dude, I don't know and I don't care. Like, there's so many bigger issues
That's
to
an
be
honest.
talking about.
That's an honest
You're-
answer. You
you're-
don't give a fuck about reality. You just want to say you're lying.
No, I
Adam,
do.
hey, Adam, you
It's
need to
called
calm down.
human error.
Yeah, hey, calm down. Yeah, no, seriously. Do you want me to explain that to you now too? The human error.
Listen, as long as you
I'm
don't
not
take your
right
shirt
about
off,
everything.
I'm
You know
fine.
that, right? You can go look at my story for that.
I'm
You want to
good.
see me flex on all you little liberals? You liberals love seeing me flex on
He
you.
mobs you all.
I'm good.
I mog every single one of you.
That's really cool. I just don't care to see you shirtless.
Okay, well, you know, if you and me ever were to be in a primal situation out in the forest and we had to fight for our lives and the only food around was you and me, I'm coming out with a full fucking belly, buddy.
Okay. Do you know how to fight?
Buddy, do you know who you're speaking to right now?
Apparently, Albert Einstein and Muhammad Ali and fucking God himself, based on how you speak about yourself.
Dude, you just No, nobody's above God himself. Don't even say
You
You
that.
can't
guys are
say
just
it's blasphemous
extremely.
shit.
You have a very interesting combination of being extremely smug and extremely stupid.
Okay, how am I stupid when I'm trying to sit here and explain to you what
I
equilibrium is? You've never
addressed
even
your
fucking heard of
argument
it.
directly, and your response was, "I don't know. I don't care."
Okay, well, there's certain things I don't know. Yeah, can you tell me
Well, that's that. If
how
you don't know
all of
that, then you can't
it,
make an argument about tariffs because it's
okay,
directly related
okay.
to tariffs.
Can you tell me how every single thing in the whole entire universe and all the solar systems were formed and how every single thing happened?
I can tell you it's because of God.
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask dipshit Adam here. He was gonna say, "Oh, I don't know," and then I was gonna tell him because there's certain things that you know that I don't know, and there's certain things that I know that you don't know. We don't
And
all know the same amount of data. Do you know that? Do
notice
you
how
realize that,
we're
right?
debating tariffs. It's a specific topic that
Okay,
you
okay.
wanted to debate.
Ask. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you keep speaking. Go ahead.
It's the same argument. If the exporting countries were eating the cost of the tariff, the import price index would be going down, but it's not.
Yeah. See,
And
those
that's
are
why
words that don't
all
have
of our
anything to do with each other at all. Like
really
they don't have anything.
they're
Yeah.
just
Did you
made
take
up
an
words.
economic class? I actually did. I actually
Prices,
know.
hey,
I have
prices are literally lower.
I have a degree in economics.
Okay, so explain to me how the gas prices are lower and how why beef and eggs are going
Gas
down.
prices are influenced by global markets. The supply and demand of oil globally. We actually saw price fixing happening around COVID when Trump and OPEC artificially limited supply to keep gas prices from crashing too low. But they can negotiate. They can do trade deals. Hold on. You're a really tricky guy. You're a really tricky guy trying to change the subject. I'm not. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're not changing the subject. You're not changing the subject. It's the same point again. If the country that pays the tariff is the country sending it here, then why is the import price index stable? Do you even know what the import price index shows? Then why do you have such high conviction beliefs on the impact of tariffs? Import price index. I'm not an atheist. Are you guys okay? Yep. Go back and go to the one from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. I mean, it shows the same data just on a bigger screen. I guess you can stay here if you want. But the actual data, yeah. So you see how pretty much since like March 2023, save for a slight dip in December 2023, it's been pretty stable. From March 2023 until now, save for the one small dip in December of 2023, it's been pretty stable. Pretty stable, right? If the country that was exporting stuff to us was paying the tariff, this would be going down. If Trump's tariffs were working, what do you think the stability shows? I'm going to wait for the actual politics guy to respond to that question. I'm sure you know some politics stuff, maybe just not this, and that's fine. To Brock, what do you think the import price index being flat signifies? Why would I bring that up in the context of the effect of tariffs? The import price index being stable, what do you think that teaches us? What does that tell us? He's going to keep everything stable. Did you not just claim that the country that was sending stuff here was the one paying the tariff? If that was the case, the import price index would have shown a massive drop when Trump came in. The import price index dropping would mean that the American importers are paying less because the exporters sending them here are internalizing the cost beforehand of the tax. That's not happening. Oh my God, bro. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Okay. Why aren't you answering my question, dude? You're not. Trump's tariffs? If Trump's tariffs were doing what he claims, it would be going down. Oh my god. No! No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you understand that this shows... Wait, I just want to be clear. You're saying that if Trump was failing, then the import price index would go down. Then imports would get cheaper because Trump is failing. I would love to explain it to you. When there's a tariff that's imposed on imports, the importing party pays those tariffs. Now, the cost of those tariffs are going to be split in some way. The importer pays a certain part of the cost. The consumer buying the good from the importer pays a certain part of the cost. And hypothetically, it's possible for the exporter to pay some of the cost. The way we can figure out how that's being divvied up is looking at the import price index. Because if the exporters were internalizing the cost of the tariff, they would be lowering their import prices to the U.S. I'm not talking about a billionaire. I'm talking about the economy, dude. You guys are like, I feel like you're trolling, and it's like a really like in-depth undercover troll where you're gonna admit it like a million years later. Dude, what's your name? Brock? I don't swing that way. You've been talking a lot about taking your shirt off and wanting me to take my shirt off and pointing at random other men. That's fine if you like that, but like you don't have to bring that into a political conversation. I don't know why you're like fondling these pictures on your screen. You just look like a weirdo. I'd love to get an answer on the tariffs. I just know you're being a dumbass. That's the only dot I need to connect. Are you gonna answer the question or? I don't know why you're so obsessed with looking at pictures of me. I don't really I don't really give a fuck. I do not care. What is wrong with you? There's no way these guys are not trolling. I'm sure that there's something out there that you know that I don't, but
Do you want to have a theological?
it's
Do you want to have a
definitely not
theological
politics.
conversation? Oh,
I
it's
specialize in
politics.
that.
It's politics. Yeah,
specialize
that's why I
in
didn't vote
theological.
for a damn fucking liberal who's got their brains shoved up their asses all the time.
You guys think I'm an atheist, so no, I'm not interested in talking
Yeah,
about
you're a
religion.
little
What are you?
atheist,
What are you?
dude.
A Christian? Are you Christian?
I don't talk about religious views in particular, but I believe in God, so.
Okay.
Which one?
Well,
Which one?
let's have a theological debate right now.
Yeah, explain it.
I
Let's go.
literally
Let's go. Let's
have
go.
a
Let's
policy
go.
of not discussing religion on my platform.
Oh yeah, where's that
Okay,
policy?
okay.
Is that an executive order that Trump just released? I
Hell
haven't
yeah.
fucking heard of
Yep,
that one, idiot.
It is. It's a new Trump executive
We
order.
haven't heard it.
You're a fucking dumbass, dude.
You need to
Seriously,
calm down, Adam.
pull your fingers out of your ass and
I
stop
would just
fucking
love an
twiddling
answer on
them
the
around.
tariffs whenever you guys are
We've
ready.
we've talked about the tariffs before, dude.
You've talked nonsense
we-
about
we-
the tariffs. You haven't actually argued about the tariffs.
We have proven you right and wrong at the same time.
You've proven me right. Yes, this is true.
No.
No. Listen. We already got off the conversation of tariffs. Now we're on
Yeah, because you're
theological
running.
debates.
Because you're running.
Do you know
We're
what
not
theology
running.
is?
Because you're running.
Do you know what theology is?
You're running.
Okay, maybe I'll concede on one point if you agree that we can talk about
This
theology.
is just not a theology live, not a theology account. I don't talk about
Okay,
religion.
you
Just
said
not what
Trump
I
is
do.
corrupt.
If you
Trump
came
is
on,
corrupt?
yeah, let's talk
Trump
about
is
Trump
corrupt?
Let's do
Okay,
it.
He's
Oh my
not.
God, yes.
Okay,
No,
what's
yeah,
going on
David
with the
Sylvia.
$7,000 tariff checks that
Hell
we're all
yeah.
gonna
Wait,
get?
you don't
Do
think
think
Trump
Biden
is-
would be doing that?
You don't think Trump is corrupt?
What about
Ever heard of a
$7,000 tariff
stimulus?
checks?
You guys can't
Yeah,
talk
ever
at the
heard of
same
that?
time, otherwise no one can understand what
Wait,
you're saying.
okay, who is the one who founded the stimulus check?
Founded the stimulus check?
Yeah,
Who
who was
gave
the one
the
who
first
first started
stimulus?
doing that? Who first started doing that?
Congress
Tell
and
me,
Senate and the
here-
President with the CARES Act?
Oh, so which president was that? Tell me real quick. Who was it?
Trump?
Yeah,
Boom,
yeah,
boom,
bingo,
boom.
fucking bingo.
No one's ever
Okay,
denied
so
that.
we'll move on from that
What
point.
the
Which one is
fuck?
it? Democrats are better for the economy.
Hey,
Oh, come
how is he
on.
going to be corrupt if he's giving money back to the average Joe?
Yeah,
Oh
this dude's
my
an idiot. He just
god.
doesn't know shit. And then
What?
also the other thing in the big beautiful bill, you know how he gave, you want to talk about him giving
Slow
billionaires
down. What are
tax
you?
breaks, buddy?
Are you guys just gonna gish gallop? Let me address that. That's the
Go
dumbest thing
ahead.
I've ever heard. So you're saying if a president ever signs legislation that's good, that means they can never do something bad?
Well, he can do bad stuff. He's a human being. He's
Then why
not
don't
Jesus.
you address the actual examples of corruption I brought up instead of asking me about stimulus checks?
Because they're not true.
Based on what? This is all in the public
Where-
eye.
Dude, it's exaggerated, made up bullshit.
Okay, did the Trump family, did they or did they not start World Liberty Financial? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I don't know what that
Probably
is.
not.
I've never
Yeah, I
heard
don't know
of
what that is.
Okay, so then you just don't know about his corruption, which is fine. Just admit that.
What's World Liberty Financial?
It's a crypto exchange the Trump family founded, and it
Oh,
received
wait, I've seen that. Do you work for Fern? Do you know what Fern is?
$2 billion thanks
Do
to
you know what Fern
Binance,
is?
and in return they pardoned CZ. So,
Do you know
You're
what Fern
hey,
is?
hey, you're paid off by the Democrat billionaires too, by the way.
oh yeah, my DNC handler is texting me right now.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, where did I get this photo from?
Isn't this my profile picture?
Yeah, but does it look like I'm on TikTok? Or where? What's this website right there? Oh, I'm not going to show you.
My
Yeah,
Instagram?
I just pulled up. Do you remember? Nope, not Instagram.
Okay.
What website am I on here?
I
Can you see?
I really don't know, and I really don't care.
What's that?
It's super tiny. I can't see. You can just tell us.
Hey, it says in LinkedIn.
Yeah, so maybe I just pulled up a whole bunch of shit about which one of you little Democrats are getting paid, and you can't quite
I
understand
don't
what
even
I'm doing
have a
yet.
LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, well it's not
You clearly
specifically
do.
LinkedIn. It's his LinkedIn, the other guy's LinkedIn, who I just showed you. Little moron boy.
Are you guys okay? Like, I'm actually concerned at this point because I don't think you're.
Yeah,
Let's
are you
have
okay?
let's have a theological debate.
You
Come
need
on,
to-
dude.
you need
You're
to
It's
calm
not a
running.
down,
fucking
dude.
theological
You're
life.
running, bro. You're running,
You still
bro.
haven't
Stop
addressed a
running,
single
bro.
argument I've made.
Can you debate Matt Nuclear, please?
I
Can you
already
debate
did
Matt
twice,
Nuclear?
and I cooked him.
Yeah, you
Who's
can't.
Matt Nuclear?
You don't cook Matt Nuclear. Matt Nuclear does the fucking cooking. His last name's literally Nuclear. You
You know,
idiot.
Matt Nuclear called for Democrats to be put to death in our debate. Are you guys
No,
okay
he
with
doesn't.
that? He did.
No, he doesn't.
I'll
Matt-
show you.
I don't
When-
think he'd say that. I
I'll
don't think
show
he would
you.
say that.
I'll show
When
you.
did Matt Nuclear do that, dude?
I'll show you. I'd love to show you.
Show me, dude.
Will
Is
you,
not is Matt Nuclear the person of color?
will you guys concede if I show
Yeah.
you?
Okay,
With the
we're not
afro.
going to concede.
Oh,
Yeah, I know who he is.
you're not going to concede.
I love Matt
We're not gonna
Nuclear.
concede.
I watched him debate
Yeah, I
Parker
like him
and
too.
Dean, and he
I like
shit
him
on
too.
them.
He did
He
not.
shit
I
on
know
them.
who he is now. I remember him.
Okay, you guys listening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be convicted of
Yeah,
death.
hold on. There we go. So, are you guys familiar with the video Democrats made saying that the military should refuse legal orders?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fucked up. That's not like that's
Okay.
bad. You
Okay,
can't be
so
doing
just,
that.
Just listen up here. This is me talking about that, and listen to what Matt says.
Military, you should refuse illegal orders. Donald Trump just said a few
Who's
hours
talking?
ago,
This is me talking. You'll hear Matt respond. Just hold on a
all the
second.
Democrats saying that if you're in the military, you should refuse illegal orders. Donald Trump just said a few hours ago that the Democrats in that video, Alyssa Slotkin and others, should be killed. They should be hung for saying that. What did they say
Yeah, they
that's
should, they
so
should go
egregious
through. They should go
and so
through.
Is that
they
Matt?
should
Whoa,
go
whoa, 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 whoa! Let him finish.
be killed? They should
Is it
be
Matt?
hung.
Yes, it's about to be Matt. Listen up.
Saying that. What did they say
Yeah, they
that's
should,
so
they should go
egregious
through. They should go
and so
through.
horrible?
They should go through
What
a
is that
tribunal
egregious, horrible thing
and
they
be
said?
and be convicted of
Matt.
death.
They should go through a tribunal and be convicted of death.
Yeah.
What
I
does that
agree with
mean?
him.
Oh,
I agree.
Okay, you guys are also insane. Cool.
What does that even mean?
They committed treason, dude.
No, they didn't.
If you're
Well,
calling
yeah,
for the
if-
if you're calling for the
And
military
notice how
to
you
not comply
shifted
to
the
orders,
goalpost. So you now admit that Matt called for their death, right?
Well, no, dude. Yeah, if you commit murder, you should be put to the death penalty.
Everyone watching, notice how they went from saying Matt did not call for death to then saying I also call for their death.
Well,
This is who we're dealing with.
He's not wanting to kill innocent people, dude. He's wanting to
he's-
kill
he's-
people who have
yeah.
done really, really
he
bad
did
things
treason.
and
He
harmed our country.
literally did treason.
Alyssa Slotkin and Mark Kelly committed treason.
I don't know who those people even are.
Probably.
Who are they?
Probably.
Did if they're asking-
Probably. You're right. Probably.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
can
yeah.
you show me evidence they didn't? I mean, seriously, dude.
They were
Just wake up,
indicted
bro.
for it. They,
Do you know how
there's no
scary times are getting?
There's no
Do you
substantive
realize-
allegation of
do you
it.
realize?
What treason
Do you
did they
realize
commit?
that we're nearing the end times? Do you realize that we're nearing the end times?
From talking to people
You
like
people
you,
The
I
rapture
believe
will
it.
happen.
I believe it.
The rapture will happen, and we're going to heaven. And you're
I do
staying here.
believe we're approaching the end times. That much I can tell
and
from
you
talking
people,
to you guys.
and you people will be left behind if you don't turn your life to Christ seriously, dude. And it's fucking scary.
Left behind, and you guys are gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, we're
I'm
going to
gonna go to
heaven.
heaven.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
just
going to
wherever
heaven.
y'all are at. I'm not trying to be there, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Again,
well, you'll be in hell.
Okay, yeah, so
so you
enjoy
guys
hell,
are
dude.
okay with Democrats being put to death for expressing their opinion?
They weren't just
No,
expressing. They were
not for
committing
expressing
treason.
opinion, dude.
What treason did they commit?
They
Anyone
were
should be
trying to
able to
tell the
express their own
military to
opinion in
not
America.
not follow Trump's orders, bro.
No, that's not what they said.
Yeah. Okay, what'd they say? Tell
They
me,
didn't
smart
even
guy.
say Trump's name.
Okay, what'd they say?
They
What'd they
said
say,
as
dude?
part of the military, you have a right and a responsibility to refuse illegal orders. Pete Hegseth said the same thing a few years ago.
Well, what's
Was
an
he doing
illegal
treason?
order? I mean, obviously,
Was
if
Pete
you're getting
Hegseth
an
doing
order to
treason
like,
when he said that?
No.
But then
you don't even know what
Democrats
you're
are doing
talking
treason.
about,
Different.
dude.
No, it was different
You
circumstances.
don't even know what
idiot.
you're talking about, dude.
The different same words.
Yeah, but it's different circumstances, dipshit.
Okay, what's the treasonous circumstance in this case?
He's specifically telling the Democrats were specifically telling the military to not follow the orders that they were given. That's treason, dude.
It's not what they said.
This other guy in the chat right here that I've debated before, he sucks at debating.
That's not what Democrats said.
AJ Akira, you suck at debating, dude. Just mute your microphone. Don't ever speak again in this live.
I'll ask you again, where's the treason there? They didn't say to...
Listen, obviously,
They said
if you're
don't follow
giving
order. Don't follow the orders.
They
Yeah,
said don't
if you're
follow
giving a
illegal.
military-
They said don't
Yeah,
follow illegal
they're not
orders.
illegal. They ain't illegal.
What's an illegal order? Obviously, an illegal order. Like, if you got an order of, oh, you have to go walk into Philadelphia and go genocide every single baby that
You
you
should
see.
refuse that order, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go genocide
That's-
every baby in Philadelphia.
That's the
But
principle
not what
Democrats
Trump's
were
saying.
arguing.
Trump's saying, no.
No.
God, you're pissing me off.
That's not what Trump was telling the military to do. That Trump was telling the military to go take control of unlawful and war-torn
talking
nations
about
and
Trump.
places.
I'm talking about these Democrats you're accusing of treason. They just said don't follow illegal orders.
Yeah, they're not illegal, dude.
Yeah, but what was
What
the
do you mean
illegal
they?
order?
What are you?
that
They
Trump-
just said like don't follow illegal orders. What are you referring to
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah, well, what is an illegal order? Tell me.
An order that's
Yeah,
unlawful.
this guy doesn't know anything, Gage. Seriously.
He's
Okay,
an
but
idiot
yeah,
and he
what-
needs to calm down
technically,
too.
What's an unlawful order, though?
An
Should
order
we
that is
rewrite what those
unlawful?
things mean? Yeah, but should we rewrite what some of those things mean, or what if you're like,
Who said to rewrite anything?
Russia's invading us,
What?
and we have to go stop Russia, but that's an illegal order. We can't go stop Russia because it's an illegal order.
Why would that be
Like,
an illegal
seriously,
order?
dude. Well, what is an illegal order? I'm trying to ask you.
An
You don't
order
even know.
That
Define it.
violates the Constitution in some
Yeah,
way.
which order would that be?
Like the order that Trump gave to federalize the National Guard of Portland,
Which was?
violated
Which
the 10th
was?
Amendment.
That doesn't
Yeah, but
violate
what did
shit.
he do?
No,
What did
hold
he,
on.
What did
A
it do?
Trump-appointed judge ruled that it violated the 10th Amendment of states' rights because
Why?
the
How?
National Guard is run by the governor, not the president, and he can't just federalize them for no real reason.
Yeah, but dude, national. What does national mean?
Who's the king of our nationality? It's
Yeah,
Trump.
no,
The king?
we should be having.
Same thing. The leader.
Okay. Mask off. Okay, cool. This
It's the
explains a
leader
lot.
who. Oh,
He's
dude,
basically
no.
the person who rules our country.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Really.
what I meant by
That's-
that. Yeah.
Yes, he runs the country.
I must
Yes,
have.
or no?
Did we get a new constitution at some point?
Does
No,
he?
dude.
Does he have ownership over the country? Is he the president of America? or
Ownership
no?
over the country? No.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's
And-
where you're wrong.
Do you know that there's 3 branches of government and 2 of them are meant to check the executive branch?
Yeah, and the other
Who
two
cares?
kind of aren't doing
Who cares?
Wait, which of
Maybe-
you said who cares? Which of you said that?
Me, I did.
shit. Maybe
You're
we
honest.
should get
I
rid
like
of-
you. You're honest about what MAGA believes. Brock's gonna try to come up with some fucking jujitsu move about how
No,
it's
no, I'm
actually.
not. I'm just saying maybe we should get rid of the judicial and legislation one. Just keep the executive branch. Maybe we should just do that and just keep the executive branch around because the other two seem like they're not doing shit.
We're just throwing out solutions.
So
We're coming up with-
you
we're-
believe in authoritarianism.
We're
No, we
throwing out.
don't.
We're just throwing ideas out
You
on how to
want
make
to
our
remove
country
checks
better,
and
man.
balances and centralize government power with one person. That is authoritarianism.
That's not authoritarianism, dude.
Okay, what happens? What happens when you have one really good president and they're like, "I want to fix this country and make it really, really good," but the other two government branches are like, "No, we're going to slow that down this executive order and this executive order because we don't like it."
That's not how that
And
works.
we're liberals, and we don't like anything that.
And we
helps
hate the
people.
common man,
That's not how
and
that
we love
works.
illegal immigrants that
Okay, how
destroy
does
our
it work
country.
then? How does it work then?
Yeah.
The judges can't just strike down an executive order because they don't like it. There has to be actual legal rationale, which is why they release
Yes, they can.
decisions that are dozens of pages long that you've never read in your life.
We've read them. Yes, we have.
Bro, stop. Just stop.
Read what? Read what?
These judges' decisions that you're claiming
I
have
was
no
responding to
legitimacy.
some little idiot in the comments. I was responding to some little idiot in the fucking comments.
Are you still
What'd
concerned
say?
about your shirt?
No, I mean, if people want to see me flex on all these little liberals, go look at my story. Seriously,
Yeah, he's
go look
pretty.
at my story.
He works
I'm way
out almost
bigger.
every day.
Every single liberal I meet, you don't even want to know what I could do.
Oh, holy shit! Damn.
He's like
That
6'3"
sounds
too.
serious. Oh my god. 6'3"?
Yeah,
That's serious stuff, guys.
dude, you need to relax.
All these
Okay.
idiots in the comments don't know anything, dude. It's embarrassing. What do you teach these people?
Clearly, we're not on the level of you guys, right?
What do you teach these people? You teach
Yeah,
these
you're
people
not
to
on
be
the level of us.
uneducated
You're
and
right.
dumb? Seriously, what do you
I
teach
should
this
be
person?
teaching
This person
them
said, this
whatever
person
you guys
said,
are
I'll
telling me. Oh
drop
my
you.
goodness.
Yeah, we're schooling you, dude.
All this stuff is
Yeah.
insane. These
You
people
didn't
typing in the
walk.
comments are like brain dead. You guys are sheep or little robots.
And you guys are real independent
Beep boop, beep
thinkers, huh?
boop.
Well, no. Oh, yeah.
We are.
Independent thinking.
Hell
We
yeah.
actually think.
We're
I look up
patriots.
statistical data. And then make my opinion after that. So
You feel really smart
That's
by
called
saying
that's
the
called
word
common
statistical.
sense. It's called common sense, idiot. Ever
yeah,
heard that
AJ
word,
and
dipshit?
Kira, you said Brock's
This is
not
why I think
not
these
the
guys are
brightest. I'm way
trolls.
brighter than you.
This is why I think these guys are trolls, because they also do this thing where they say, it's called
Why?
human error, idiot. Like, what is this? Why are you guys talking like that?
Yeah. I mean, do you think that people are perfect? Do you think that everyone can be perfect? You know, the only perfect
Well, we're
person
not.
is Jesus Christ himself.
What are you talking about right now?
Well, you're the person who's making jokes about us saying human error. Human error is a real thing,
It's just,
bucko.
I'm just saying
Human
the way
error is
you
a real,
say it
real
is
thing.
goofy.
Because we insult you because you piss us off?
It's not an insult to say it's called human error, idiot.
Yeah, it is
Calling you
called
an
human
idiot.
error. Yeah,
Dude,
and I'm not
calling you
I'm
an
not trying to.
idiot is an insult, and we insult you sometimes because you piss us off.
It really doesn't feel insulting to me though, because you guys are so unintimidating and stupid that it just ends up being funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We're
You
not
think we're
stupid.
No,
stupid?
that part's not meant to be funny. That's just me being honest.
We're not stupid. But
Okay.
Jesus was a brown socialist. Yeah, okay, keep lying, kid.
Is there
Jesus
someone
was not
else
a
here that I?
socialist.
Jesus would have been a capitalist.
Is there-
Also, wait, what's this?
Am I
You want to call
tripping?
Donald?
Is there
Hey,
someone
wait,
else
wait,
in my
wait,
room
wait,
that's
wait,
talking
wait.
about Jesus? Because why are you guys bringing up Jesus?
Wait. You want to talk about Trump being a bad person? What's this? Person of the year, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
These people
Cry
cannot be
about
real.
this one. Cry about this one.
There's no way these-
Person of the year. Donald Trump. Seriously. What do you think about that? Tell me. Tell me, what's this? Person of the year. What do you think about that? No, seriously. Be for real.
I think
Be
that's
for
silly.
real. How did he get
How?
person of the
If
year?
he's such a bad person,
guy?
then how did he win the person
Who
of the
was
year?
person
know
of
that-
who was person of the?
Wait. I'm not done yet.
Go
You
ahead.
realize that being person of the year makes him a better person than you?
Really?
You realize that, right? Yeah. I mean, he got person of the year and you didn't,
Okay,
right?
I just have one follow-up question.
What?
Do you know who was the person of
Yeah,
the year?
yeah, and we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're going to
in
say.
1938.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. It's different times.
Who was the person of the year in 1938?
I'm not going to say. I don't want to say their name on TikTok Live.
You can just tell me. Did they have a
Who?
mustache or not?
Yeah, they did, but we're not
Are
going
you
to talk
talking
about
about
that.
Mustache Man?
Well, apparently the mustache guy is better than all three of us because he was person of the year.
No, it was a different time. Different
It was a
owners of the
different time
magazine.
back then.
too.
They didn't
Yeah.
do it for the certain
Well, I'm
reason
aware it
back
was a
then.
different time. I said 1938. This is correct. It wasn't
Yeah,
2025.
so
Yeah,
that's almost,
hey,
dude,
dude.
wait, do the math real quick. That's almost 100 years ago. Almost. It's like 80 something high.
They do.
89.
They calculate who the person of the year is
87,
different now.
86.
Now it's based more on the morality of the person.
It's based on the morality of the person.
It is more so now.
Where are you getting
It's
that
more
from?
so based on people who have actually done good things.
I thought it
Done
was
good
about.
things
I
now,
thought it was
yeah.
about impact. I didn't know it was about morality. But you guys can let me know
Well,
where you
maybe,
got that from.
maybe back then it was. Yeah.
So
back then it was about impact.
When did they announce like we're
So
changing
would-
our
are
analysis
you-
to now
are you-
consider morality? Where did that happen?
I mean,
Dude.
you can research it yourself. Like,
I could, but nothing
Google
would.
is free.
I could, but nothing
Google
would
is
come
free.
up. Nothing would come up
Google's
if I researched
free.
that.
research it right now. Research it right
Ask
now. You'd be
ChatGPT.
surprised.
Come on, message ChatGPT.
I'm good.
You'll be surprised, bro. Once you guys start pulling your head out of your ass and start smearing the shit off your eyeballs and looking around the real world a little bit,
Yeah.
and you realize what's actually going on, then
Yeah.
maybe
And start
maybe
critically
I'll-
Then
thinking.
we could ignore the data
Yeah.
and talk about who's person of the year. That's
We've
the
already
real
talked
story.
about the debate.
Oh yeah,
We've
Trump
proven
got
you.
person of
We've
the
proven
year.
you
Person
wrong.
of the year,
You
2025.
didn't address
right?
any of the
Was it-
data.
We
Was it
did,
2025 or 2024?
It was 2024, dude.
He should get multiple, I think, though.
No,
Should he
I
get
don't,
it again this year?
I don't think they're allowed to do that. They've already done their one for this year, and AI Innovators won this year, dude.
Well, they should fix it and give it back to Trump with him.
I mean, ideally, but that's against their rules. So,
Those rules are stupid.
I mean, yeah, but whatever.
Listen, Adam. So we've You've conceded on the first point. You've conceded on the second point. Do you want to talk about mass deportations or something, or what do you want to
You'll just
concede on
concede
next?
on that one too.
We can
I
talk
think
about
I've
anything. You
only
guys are going to
conceded-
change the subject.
I think-
we never
I
even
think
finished
I've
the
only
corruption or the
conceded
economics
once.
conversation.
Oh yeah, well you just can't quite hold a real conversation,
You
right?
just didn't address my points. You just say stupid
No
stuff.
competence.
No, I just actually told you things that you didn't like to hear. I gave you real statistical data and
Oh,
you didn't like it.
Did you?
And you shielded.
Sure. Did you
Shielded.
answer my import price index
Hey,
question?
get this AJ Akira guy up here real quick. Let me say something to his fucking face, dude. I'll say something to his fucking face, dude. He's pissing me off.
Brock would fucking mog that guy.
Hey,
Brock, listen. Before we continue
Buddy,
the conversation, there was
you
just a
realize if
couple of
we were
things you
ever-
said. Hold on,
Brock,
I have to say this. Earlier, you said that Time magazine was for the most moral individual. Well, how come
never
Joe
said
Biden wasn't
That
there
was me.
every
I
single
said
year
that.
since he was born?
Shut up, David.
Answer that question. Tell me why
Because
that's
he's
not
not
the
the
case.
most moral.
And
Hey,
no.
dipshit.
And you said you want to talk about theology. Tell me why you don't support Joe Biden, because he is perfect. He is God. So don't disrespect
oh my
the goat.
god. Okay,
Get his
kick
guy
this
out of here.
first
He's
off.
being
Kick this
fucking blasphemous.
guy.
Kick him.
Kick this
Kick him
fucking
out.
guy, or else I'm leaving.
What'd you say?
Hey, idiot. You realize if you and me were ever in a combat situation, I could spinning roundhouse kick you in the fucking head?
He would kick your ass.
Yo, we got fucking Michael Venom Page in the call apparently. What the
You
fuck?
could do what? What is a spinning roundhouse? That is not a real
A
fucking
spinning
move, bro.
roundhouse, a 360 roundhouse
Holy
kick to your
shit.
Dude,
fucking
you're like
face.
5'3", bro. You can't even
Hey,
reach my
hey,
fucking
I'm
head.
hey,
6
if you
foot,
two
buddy.
were
I'm
ever,
6
hey,
foot.
if
I'm
you two were ever in a
David,
primal
careful. He'll take his
situation-
shirt off. He'll take his shirt off, David. Be
If you
careful.
two were
seriously.
ever in
Hey,
a
buddy.
primal
Hey, buddy.
situation,
Hey, buddy.
Brock would
Hey, buddy.
obliterate you.
Hey, buddy, go
Bro, he
look at
gets
my,
like
go
ferocious.
look at my
He's probably
story.
like foaming at the mouth. He's like a rabid dog.
AJ, go look at my story right now. Go look at my TikTok story right now. Go look at my TikTok story right now.
Brocker, you need to relax, bro.
Wait, can you not read? It's AG, bro. Are you stupid?
It's the same. We're saying AG.
AJ, go look at my
AJ,
story
I think
now.
J and G sound very
Honestly,
different. I think I'll
calling
be
you
okay.
AJ is the most factually accurate thing they've said so far.
Why? Why is it
Compared to
factually
everything
accurate?
else they've said.
The import price index thing was crazy. Like these people are
Well, I
so.
just got to text my
I'm
mom.
sorry, I don't want to insult you guys on TikTok Live, but I just don't know how you guys can't comprehend.
You're not
this
going to
thing.
insult
It's crazy.
us because you can't insult us because we're right and you're scared.
Yeah,
Run
David.
away
You're
now.
very
Yeah.
Scurry away.
Well, what is it? They said they wanted to wait. Actually, really quick, we were talking about Donald Trump calling for the Mike Pensing of members of Congress. I'm curious, what was the charge? What's sedition on the books?
Because they were doing treason.
No. He accused them of sedition.
He doesn't even know what treason is.
What's
the same
sedition?
thing.
What's no? So there's only one on the. It's called seditious conspiracy. You know who was charged with seditious conspiracy, bro?
Oh,
Biden?
Who? Probably Biden.
All those dumb fuck Jan Sixers, bro. That's who.
got him.
That's who, liberal. That's who. The only people that have ever been tried and convicted of these
wait.
things are Trump supporters. Liberal.
Wait.
The ones he pardoned? Wait, David.
ones he pardoned.
David, say it in. So are those the same ones he pardoned? The terrorists he pardoned? They were convicted of sedition?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wait.
And just really quick, Brock, the maximum penalty is not death. It's 20 years.
Wait. Who showered with his daughter?
What?
Who showered with
Joe
his daughter?
Biden showered with his daughter,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, that's right. Did Trump do
Wow.
anything like that? Did he shower with his daughter? No, but
No, he
Biden
didn't.
showered with his daughter. You want to talk about Trump?
I know
saying all
y'all
this-
are not
This
bringing
is-
up diddling
yeah.
kids and talking about Trump in the same fucking sentence. Oh my goodness.
Trump is against that. Trump fights
Yeah,
against that
you're
shit.
just an idiot, dude. Both of you are idiots. AJ,
Joe Biden-
your
Well, that's not
time's
very nice.
AJ.
That's
What
not
did
very
Trump
godlike.
mean?
AJ,
What did Trump
AJ, your
mean?
time's up now. You can leave. You can
no,
leave,
he doesn't
AJ.
have to
Bye bye.
leave, actually.
Yeah, no, he's
What
good.
what
It's
did
okay.
Trump-
Bye bye, AJ.
What exactly did Trump mean when he said Epstein loves beautiful women just as much as I do and many are on the younger side? What did that mean?
Dude, you're taking it out of context.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
taking
he
Sure,
was
what's
words
the
out of
20-year-old.
context.
What's the
He could
context?
have. He
Maybe
could
he
have.
had
He could
20-year-olds,
have been
bro.
super. He could have been on a red eye. He could have been super tired, not thinking straight.
And he accidentally admitted
Show the-
he accidentally admitted the quiet part out
No,
loud.
he
That's
didn't.
possible.
No,
that is
he
possible.
accidentally probably said something he didn't need to
Notice,
say.
notice how you're not saying the full quote?
You can read the full quote. Go ahead.
Is this misinformation, bro?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it is.
You
It
got
probably
me.
is. Yeah.
You got me. What's the-
Guys,
what's
I
the
remember
full
when I
quote?
was on a plane, I just admitted to crimes I've never committed. That sounds
It
very
happens on
reasonable,
red
for
eyes,
sure.
dude. Like it's
He
Yeah,
didn't
I mean,
commit.
who
He
knows?
didn't agree to a crime, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
What?
He's taking what he said out
Dude,
of context.
just leave, bro. Just leave the live.
What
Your
the-
time.
no, Brock, you said you wanted to talk to me earlier, bro. Come on.
No, yeah, and yeah, I've already said I got it off my chest.
He's
I
already
told you what
schooled
I'd
you.
say.
Get out of
Now you
here.
can leave. Goodbye.
Brock,
He's screwed you. He's done with you.
Bye bye.
I think you need to ask God for some divine intervention because you're very
Oh,
not
oh,
very
oh,
smart.
oh,
Okay,
don't-
you're not a
don't-
very
don't-
high. Listen, you're not
Brock
very
is
high
smarter
IQ.
than you.
Don't
You're not very
speak
high
about
IQ, you're
something
very
that
low
you
IQ.
don't even believe to be true,
Brock, you're very low IQ. You don't
or
know
else
what
it
you're
will
talking
come
about.
around and bite you in your ass when you're not expecting it, buddy.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of karma? Have you ever heard of karma?
I didn't know karma entailed getting bit in the ass.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that saying? It'll get you and bite
This
you back
guy's
in
been
the ass
talking
when you're not
about
expecting
biting
it.
people's ass, taking their shirt off, fiddling his finger on pictures of them. Is there something you'd like to tell us, Brock?
What have I been talking about? Fiddling my finger on pictures of people. I've been showing you pictures of yourself and some of your comrades that you've been associated with in the
comrades.
past.
Uh-oh.
But you're acting like you
Wait,
don't
wait,
even know
wait,
who
wait,
these
wait.
people are.
Say it again?
You know there's going to be a documentary about you out one day,
AG
right? And it's not going
Akara's
to be
live
very
content
good.
contains
What?
themes that some may find uncomfortable.
How did I get
Yeah,
you flagged,
yeah.
bro?
That's
Yeah, get him out of here.
crazy.
Bye bye,
Just
AJ.
listen-
Bye bye, AJ. Bye bye, AJ. See who
Wait,
actually got to
Brock,
say the last
Brock,
words.
what-
You actually got to say something.
What is the
before that. It was
allegation you're
me.
making about those other people?
You're a weirdo, dude.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to come out. You've been getting paid money. You've been doing a little money laundering here and there. You're
Money
getting
from the
paid by the
DNC.
DNC.
Bro, tell the DNC to run me much. Where is this money that I've been hearing so much about? Where?
Now you're
would-
acting like you don't
would
get it.
love
Okay.
demonic money, right? You would love some
Demonic
blood
money?
money, some demonic money.
Hell
Blood
yeah.
money, right? Dirty money.
Demonic money, like the
Baby-
money that
money
Trump
from the baby
uses
killing.
to do corrupt stuff? That sounds
He doesn't,
demonic
he's
money
not
to me.
corrupt. We've talked about this so many
I
times.
don't even
He's
know
not
if I wanna-
corrupt at
You
all.
didn't even address the
I don't even know
Binance
if I
thing.
want to speak to this little
How does
moron
someone-
anymore.
You didn't even
How
address
does
the
someone who
Binance
invents
thing.
he invents the stimulus check? How the hell is he corrupt?
You never addressed the Binance corruption.
What even is that? What's Binance?
Am I going to be able to explain the story? You're going to start saying,
Yeah,
it's
go ahead,
actually
I'll let you
called
talk.
human error. What about Jesus was
Wait,
a
I'll
socialist
talk.
and would
Wait,
take my
wait,
shirt off?
What size shoe do you wear? What size shoe do you wear?
You gonna
Look
answer
how big
him?
my foot is compared to yours.
What'd you say?
Look how big my foot is
Okay,
compared
so
to
now,
yours. I
just
wear
to be
size
clear,
13 feet.
this man has showed me his feet. He's asked me to take my shirt off. He said he wants to bite David's ass, and he's been fiddling
I never
his
said
finger
that.
over pictures of other men. What are we doing here?
I wear.
What are we doing
I wear
here?
size 13. I wear size 13 shoes. How big are your feet? Way smaller than mine.
I'm not here for a foot competition, bro.
Yeah, and they actually look good too. They actually look
Do
like
you know
good
about
feet,
the
too.
$2 billion Binance corruption scheme with Trump or no?
My feet
We
actually
don't-
look good. And
what
for
is
the
it?
people saying
Okay,
why
talk about it.
are my feet purple? I just got done fucking working out earlier. I was pumping weights, doing a shit ton of athletic
What is going
movements,
on, bro?
things that you've never even heard of. Have you ever heard of something called an athletic movement?
Never.
Tell us about the
Never.
Binance. Tell us about Binance.
Are you guys being serious, or are you just going to start talking about your feet or something?
Being serious, dude.
Sure. Trump and his family launched World Liberty Financial and the USD1 stablecoin. After this happened, you had Binance, who had been convicted and found guilty of serious anti-money laundering negligence on their part. They started reaching out to the Trump family saying, we would like to discuss a deal to bring Binance back to the US and have our CEO pardoned. Then what happens is a UAE tech leader, he buys $2 billion of Trump's stablecoin to invest it into Binance, and 2 days later, the guy who bought the stablecoin is given access to extremely rare US AI chips, and Binance, their CEO is pardoned, and all the financial restrictions on him are lifted.
That's not corrupt.
It's not corrupt.
Yeah, I don't have enough brain. I can't
You
speak
don't have
to you
enough
liberals
brain for
anymore
that.
for the night.
Yeah.
No, it's just you guys come up with these
He
rants.
said it best. He doesn't have enough brain for that. I think that's probably the case here. If you guys are enjoying the live, make sure you keep double tapping the screen, follow up above. We are also live right now on YouTube. And if you'd like to contribute to the Radical Left Lunatic Fund, my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo are all in the link tree in my bio. What do you want,
They
criminal?
tried to get me. They tried to get me, and they failed. Could you believe that?
Oh my
Could you
God.
believe that?
It's
They
like when
tried.
Trump won the second term. It's like, where'd he come from? I thought the system fucking knocked him down. Holy shit.
Liberal, bro. I just want to say this. There is no way. It's either they're conjoined twins or they're just trolling. They move in packs on every political stream, and they say the most outlandish
Here's the
shit I've heard in
thing.
my entire life.
Some of the stuff they say seems like trolling, but then their ego genuinely gets really, really hurt if you make a counter argument. That makes me question whether they're
Yeah.
trolling, because they actually get defensive as fuck.
I mean, if they start showing their feet and stuff, man. This is
I
dangerous.
think Brock has a crush on me. I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. How do you feel about? You want to stick around and debate Liam?
Yeah, I'm down. Oh my God, it's Liam.
The man, the myth.
What's up, short bus boys?
What's up, Leo? Short. Okay. Do you disagree?
Did you see my comment?
I don't think I did. Where?
Look at it. I copy pasted it a couple times.
In the chat here?
Yeah.
Does someone want to look at it and tell me what it was? Do you disagree with any of the prompts above me, Liam?
I'll read it for you. It says, let me go back to it. Make sure I quote it correctly. I know you guys like correct quotes.
We do.
Actually, you know
Why
what?
does he have to- isn't it just like on the screen, bro? I'm pretty sure.
I
you
just
can
did
read
it again. Go ahead. So just read the newest one. You'll see it. What does
You
it
can also
say?
just say it.
Oh,
It
his
says,
comment. Sorry.
this is Parker and Dean 2.0 short bus version. It's pretty accurate, right?
What does that make you, Liam, for being here right now?
You're a downgrade to the already not very bright MAGA guests they have on their streams. Is that what you're
Dude,
saying?
I really triggered Dean and Santana earlier. It was crazy, boys. We're
Is this,
cooked, boys.
is
We're
this
cooked.
like something that gives you purpose in life, triggering random people on TikTok live debates?
Yeah.
It does?
How are you not supposed to be able to trigger someone who debates
How old are you?
supposedly for a living, right?
How old are you?
Like 70, right?
Well, no, yeah, 75.
Liar,
listen.
you're like 200, bro. Are you serious?
So aren't you supposed to have more wisdom when you get older and be wiser?
You think so,
and-
but then
That
you
was the
talk to
assumption,
Liam and
yeah.
you're like, what the fuck happened here?
I mean, I know what a woman is, so maybe when you guys
That
get
seems
to
to
be
be all
older,
you fucking know, and all you ever want to talk about is what is a
Hey,
woman.
but that's an
Liam,
But listen,
do you disagree with any of the prompts above my head right now?
mass deportations are dangerous, inhuman, and wasteful.
Based.
I disagree with that one.
All of them.
Why is that?
I just disagree with all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't think
Hashtag
Trump's
not
an
surprised.
authoritarian?
I think that potentially all leaders have a
Jesus
form of
Which other
authoritarianism.
leaders put someone in handcuffs for expressing an opinion?
I mean, Biden tried to do that with
How
Trump
dare you.
with his own
How dare
DOJ. I mean,
Where did Biden try to do that? Can you show me?
I
that?
mean, they obviously with the Russia hoax. Okay, we found out that was fake, and they kept pushing that.
I asked you again, when was someone put in handcuffs for
we saw
expressing an
Obama.
opinion?
We saw Obama saying that find the evidence, find it. Okay, so
I'll ask you
yeah.
again. When was someone put in handcuffs?
I mean,
for
I just
expressing an
answered your
opinion?
claim. I answered your claim, bro.
Who there was someone who expressed their free speech rights and was put in handcuffs as a result?
Donald Trump was put in handcuffs, wasn't he?
For expressing his opinion or for committing crimes?
I mean, he expresses his opinion all the time.
Is
You
that
guys
what he
don't
was put
like
in
that.
handcuffs for, though?
Wow.
What's your point? Who was put in handcuffs?
Are you arguing that?
Ramesa Ozturk.
Are these illegal immigrants?
Nope, they're legal,
Bro.
fully legal. And a conservative Ronald Reagan-appointed judge said that the Trump administration is engaging in a systemic attack on the First Amendment to scare people. So
Is that what the tactic is here? Is to try to get people in their emotions so that they'll
To use
vote
the
for the
judiciary
Democratic Party?
branch's rulings as a source? Yeah, that's the tactic, bro.
Oh, I thought you were saying the Trump administration's tactic to basically create a culture of fear and show political speech by arresting people for expressing.
I'm
their
just
opinion.
so Donald Trump his deportations are going to be a failure at the very end of his term, right? So he's not even going to get close to Obama. But in this delusional world, you think that somehow
I just
all
want to
of
know why the First Amendment's being
Obama's
violated.
4 million deportations were with due process.
I just want
or
to know
some
why you're
bullshit?
okay with the First Amendment being violated. Multiple constitutional amendments being violated. First
What is your-
Amendment,
oh, it's-
10th Amendment,
okay,
Fourth
you know what?
Amendment.
Bro, Adam,
Violated.
why are you standing by the Constitution, bro? What
I
are you
know.
doing?
Hang on a
That's not
second.
cool
Hang on
anymore.
a second. No, what did you just say? Say that again, Adam. You said, why am I okay with what?
First Amendment being violated, 10th Amendment being violated, Fourth Amendment being violated by the Trump administration. Right after Trump said in 2022, hey, I want to violate the Constitution, then he does it. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? It's pretty obvious.
So when Donald Trump tweeted, I don't know if it was a tweet or whatever, he said
Truth
that,
Social post, yeah.
these leaders who are, empowering soldiers to turn against their country should be literally unalived by a rope.
Number one,
You
a
heard
different
that.
topic. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but
in
that's-
2022 when
But
Trump
that's
said,
political violence. Would you say that's political violence or that's just freedom of speech?
what is?
What?
What Trump said about people that are
that should be put to death for quote unquote sedition?
Yeah, for sedition.
Bro,
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Liam experiencing cognitive decline? Bro?
Also, wait, Liam,
David,
is it-
David, shut up. Nobody's talking to you.
Actually, we're all talking to him. Liam, is it
King,
your
bro, king.
understanding? Oh, just repeat your point real quick for me.
No, I'm asking you a question. Is that freedom of speech, or is that
What is the implication?
inciting?
Are you saying that Trump?
Is that inciting violence?
What do you think?
I'm asking you, Snowflake.
I think it's not illegal probably, but it's definitely inciting violence. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's say that I agree with you, and let's say that I
What
grant
the fuck
that.
does this
give
have
it-
to do with my point, though?
I'm gonna show you how hypocritical your party is.
Can you
right
just
now.
show
I'm
me
gonna-
an answer to my question, maybe?
Yep. Here's the answer to your question.
What's my question? Do you even know my question?
Who said this man is not playing? We need to keep this man in the crosshairs. Who said that?
The greatest president in American history.
Oh, okay. What are
Parker's
crosshairs?
live
What are
Gage is trash talking.
what are crosshairs, David?
Oh no, he's doing the Joe Biden.
I think it's a figure of speech here because you really have to read in between.
Figure
the
of
lines,
speech.
right?
No, there's a figure of
No,
speech.
it's because you just really have to read in between the lines. You know what I mean, bro?
So
He's
when
just
you
joking.
What happened
So
to
wait a
context,
minute.
dude?
When I'm out
He's
hunting,
just joking. No, you're
when I'm out
you're-
hunting
you're
a
purposely
deer.
leaving out context.
Hang on,
No.
David. You're
No, I don't
crashing
accept
out.
it.
You're crashing out, bro.
Let me know when
Nobody
I
was
can get an
cutting
answer to my
anybody off
question,
until
by the
David
way.
started speaking.
Let me know when I get an answer to my question, by the way.
No, I'm in the middle of dog walking David because you wanted to
You're
interrupt.
in the middle
So
of changing the topic and yapping about whatever the fuck you're rapping about right now.
Amen to that.
Oh no, you're trying to get away from the topic.
I want to know why you're
for
okay
sure.
with people being arrested for expressing their constitutional freedom.
So I want to know what crosshairs are. That's where we're at right now.
A live may contain AI generated content. Hello?
They're targeting you.
Where?
Got to be David.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
Dude, you already had your last account dropped. It's definitely you again, guy.
What?
You're sabotaging your own
Liam,
lives,
guess what?
dude.
You fell into my trap. David's not even a real person. This is an AI, and he's still been cooking you in debate. Now what? You lost to an AI.
We're
How does
all
it
gonna
feel,
lose,
Liam?
dude.
How does
We're
it
all
feel?
gonna lose to AI. Adam, come on.
Oh,
Damn. Liam with
Dude,
the
you didn't cook
now
anybody.
Liam
You
trying to have a
cooked,
midlife
we
crisis,
cooked
bro.
our
You're 80,
hey,
dude.
we cooked ourselves with AI. Okay,
Wait,
come
someone
on,
who's here, because
Jesus.
I'm live right now, just go and let Parker know that Gage thinks that those Democrats should have been put to death for saying the military shouldn't follow legal orders. Go let Parker know that that's what they argue to me, that those people should be put to death. Let Parker know, please. People, go do that. Liam, I just want to get an answer as to why you're okay
hang on.
with
I
the
request.
government
I'll give you an answer.
violating
I
constitutional
requested
rights.
up on Parker's live earlier, and he told me he didn't even bring me up, but he saw me in the request, and he said, "Liam, go fuck yourself." Is what he said to me. That was it. That's all I got from Parker.
That stuck with you, huh, bro?
That's crazy work.
Don't
Dude,
hurt your
how
feelings,
angry.
didn't it?
But who says that when somebody's not even on the panel?
Parker's calling you to join his live. Well, in a little bit, I'll hop on maybe, like a few minutes. But I just want an answer from Liam first, dude. Are you okay with the government violating constitutional rights?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I can tell you why. I mean,
What?
I don't know what words could come out of his mouth after that to make it better.
Bro said I can tell you why. Are you dead?
Bro.
Oh my god, bro. Gee, there's nothing Trump can do. He can make up statutes and fucking crimes and enforce, basically call upon his own punishments. He can do whatever he wants.
These people can't be real. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
No way. I don't even know. I have a theory for Liam. Maybe he's just a old guy. You know, he's like 200.
I think Liam just
He's
likes
seen it
being
all.
part of the mix. He likes being
Yeah.
part of the scene. He likes being a name
Exactly.
that people know.
Exactly.
Well, listen, liberal. I'm gonna end the live for today. I might go bully Brock
okay,
on
liberal.
Parker's live. But everyone here, make sure you're following David and your main account as well, which is what is it? ag.akara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you guys
Amen,
go
liberal.
follow
Thank you
him
for having
and
me up.
fund his Super Soldier fund.
Yeah, send $1 trillion to the Adam Khan Fund for President Khan for
Hell yeah.
for presidency in 2067. You guys,
Hell yeah.
love you guys. All right, man.
All right.
Peace out.
Take
Stay
care,
safe.
Patriot. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to switch over to Parker's live just because I want to bully Gage and Brock a little bit. I feel like that was almost like I feel like it's almost like abusive when I bully Brock and what's his name? Brock and Gage, because they're so helpless. They just don't know what's happening anywhere. They don't know how anything works. And at a certain point, I'm like, this is mean. This is bullying. But at the same time, I truly enjoyed that. So let me switch over to Parker. I'm going to have to, give me like 5 minutes. I'm going to have to switch over to my phone. But go and let him know I'm on my way. And let Brock and Gage know Adam's coming for you. Don't run. Let them know they can't run from me again. Let them know that, say this in Parker's chat, okay? Let them know that I know that they ran away from me, but they can't escape me and I'm coming for them. Just let them know. Okay. If you're watching also over on YouTube, switch over. I think Parker's live on YouTube